trying to understand why I still believe that what we have was ever meant to last. Guess you made a fool of me. You got me confused, a little off balance. Thought I knew you, but you got bad habits. I only see blue when I'm thinking about you, thinking about you. I'm feeling anxious and slowly breaking. Give you my heart, but you keep my waiting. Searching for answers, no explanation. You make love so complicated. I'm feeling anxious and slowly breaking. Give you my heart, but you keep my waiting. Searching for answers, no explanation. You make love so complicated. I'm slowly breaking. You make love so complicated. I'm only seeing blue. You make love so complicated. Why do I still believe you make love so complicated?
I live my life searching for the light. Been learning to fight through the darkness. I'll get this right. We were born to shine, and we still got time. It's not hopeless. Don't look now. Here comes that awful feeling. My walls are caving in. Heaven help, I can see my ghost on the ceiling. Let me breathe again, 'cause I just wanna live my life. I'm never backing down. I swear I'm gonna fight the good fight. Just wanna get it right. I'm ready for it now. You know I'm gonna fight the good fight. You know I'm gonna fight the good fight. You know I'm gonna fight the good fight. Fight the good fight. Yeah, I've lost my crown, but no, I will not bow. You know I'm here right now for the long run. Yeah, you see me down, but you know I'll never drown. You know I'll get back up on it somehow. Don't look now. Here comes that awful feeling. My walls are caving in. Heaven help, I can see my ghost on the ceiling. Let me breathe again, 'cause I just wanna live my life. I'm never backing down. I swear I'm gonna fight the good fight. Just wanna get it right. I'm ready for it now. You know I'm gonna fight the good fight. Fight the good fight. Fight the good fight. Fight the good fight. You know I'm gonna fight the good fight. Fight the good fight. Fight the good fight. You know I'm gonna fight the good fight. Fight the good fight. You know I'm gonna fight the good fight. You know I'm gonna
'Cause I've been stuck in the motions, pushing all the buttons and hoping it turns out right. Always pretending I know best and I'm in control, but I don't know about this time, not this time. Boy, you're playing my heart like an arcade video game, like a prize to win. Boy, yeah, you're playing my love like an arcade video game, going insane.
In the back of my mind, there's a memory. You were holding my hand tight, kissing on a moonlit street. And I've been missing you since then. Yeah, I still smell you on my sheets. Loving you is sweet, sweetheart. Losing you is killing me. Baby, I can't breathe. Baby, I can't breathe. I remember your eyes like a warm sunset, rolling on my king-size bed. Moments that I can't forget. And I've been missing you since then. Yeah, I still smell you on my sheets. Loving you is sweet, sweetheart. Losing you is killing me. Baby, I can't breathe. Honey, I'm on my knees. Baby, can you hear me? Honey, you're all I need. Baby, I can't breathe. Baby, I can't breathe.
Don't you wanna be free like a waterfall, flowing on the riverside, places you don't have to hide. Sometimes you're alone, there's no one to turn to, feeling you be left outside, struggle with a heavy mind. Just breathe in life and light it up. Pray for those who lost it all. Yeah, you know we are one alliance. Why going back to nowhere? We played a game, we kind of lost it. We cannot change, going under. The road leads back to nowhere. Don't you wanna be free like a waterfall, flowing on the riverside, places you don't have to hide. Someday you find love, somebody to run to, walking by the ocean side, meet you at the mountain night. Just breathe in life and light it up. Pray for those who lost it all. Yeah, you know we are one alliance. Why going back to nowhere? We played a game, we kind of lost it. We cannot change, going under.
tonight. I don't wanna fight you. You don't wanna know if I feel alright. I don't wanna just forgive you, I just wanna be fine. I'll be waiting for a sign to light up, yeah. And your heart is out of sight. I just wanna feel mine. Hey you, I'm gonna be the one for another one. Hey you, maybe then you'll know that I was never one. I don't wanna see you, I don't wanna fear you tonight. You don't wanna know me, you just wanna make sure you're right. I'm gonna be the one for another one. Maybe then you'll know that I was never one. I'm gonna be the one for another one. I don't wanna feel you tonight. Got me. Got me. Can I hear you? Got me. Got me. Can I hear you? I don't wanna call you. I don't wanna know what
Okay, hopefully you guys can hear me. Check everything real quick. Okay, we're good. We're good. Thank you all for joining us. 1 second. Anyways, sorry for the delay on the casting. I hope you guys are still able to watch the champ select. Regardless of that, we see the comps being picked right here today. We have Power of Friendship versus well, I almost said their same name twice. We have Power of Friendship versus Team Tryhard. So very, very excited to see these teams play. We're getting very, very close to the finals. So we're already looking at some of the best teams in this tournament overall. Anyways, I am sorry that the chat is in sub-only mode. We did make a Discord channel for you guys if you want to chat about it then. I am not trying to, like, convince you guys to sub to me, especially when we just, like, mostly do tournaments. I don't stream a lot of solo queue myself. I totally understand. We have to turn it on. We're getting a little bit of harassment. So if they want to harass me, I at least want the $2 in exchange, is basically my point. So it won't last forever. Don't worry. You guys will be able to freely chat about the tournament moving forward. But for this weekend, at least, we're to keep sub-only mode on. Like I said, if they want to say something dumb, I should at least get $2. So anyways, looking at the comps now. Very, very excited to be moving forward with this. We have Team Tryhard on the blue side. We have Slick Nugget on his one and only set. His one trick, they left it up again. We got Zoob, who was on the Rumble, encountered him in solo queue yesterday. So that was cool. Zoob also completely 1v9'd against a very special someone on Snowy Quills last time. So that was very, very cool. And then we have Invincible in the mid lane, playing the Poppy. He's always playing a lot of top laners in the mid lane. Then we have Hyperphania on the Sivir, Tylon on the Bard, one of my favorite champions. And then we have the substitute player currently for Power of Friendship, Catfood, playing the Gnar, apparently the first pick in the draft today. We have Dog in a Coat on the Viego. We have Stardust Addict on the Hui. We have Rat on the Vayne, which is the first time I think we're seeing. And then, as expected, we have Small Mexican Child on the Braum. But hey, he performs. They keep giving it to him, so he's going to keep picking it. It's just how it goes. That's just how it goes. Anyways, let's get into it. Hey, it's Johnny Quantum. Welcome back, man. Welcome back. I guess it's not Saturday, so you're not working. We've had a lot of very strange tournament days. A lot of people not available. Part of it, I'm sure, is because of summer vacation. But hey, it is what it is. Next time, unfortunately, we'll probably be a little bit less lenient with the rescheduling, but I get it. It is what it is. It is what it is. Okay, there we go. Hey, give me a sec to get situated. Oh my gosh. The tournaments being on random days definitely affects my preparedness. Like, you think you have everything ready, and then you don't. It just is what it is sometimes, but hey. We're not seeing a standard vision line here. We kind of are from Power of Friendship, but we're going to be seeing Team Tryhard just straight up walk in to get that early vision onto the red buff of Power of Friendship. So if Viego starts up there, we're going to know. If he doesn't start up there, we're going to know. Dog and a Coat will be on the vision. They're going to be tracking his timers, and we'll see how he's able to play around it. I love this Viego skin. It's really, really cool. He's got the chroma as well, but I'm not going to lie. I don't even play that much Viego, but the skin feels terrible to play with. Like, the animations feel bad, at least for the auto attack specifically. But the skin honestly looks good enough to make up for the weird gameplay feel, so that's fine. Yeah, Poppy versus Hui is going to be a very interesting matchup. Nar versus Set, also going to be a very interesting matchup. Definitely would expect it to be Nar favored, but it is Slick Nugget after all, and we do know that Set has crazy regen in his kit. He might even be one of the Warmog's first abusers. Good trade going in for Stardust Attic. Going to be able to proc that first strike. Get a little extra gold. The Bard Q is going to go wide in the bot lane. Hyperphania does land to that nice little Q, though. Pardon me, some good damage onto Tylon here, but the attack move will allow Rat to hit the minion instead. Regardless of that, the Braum passive is going to come through. We're going to be just forcing Flash off of Tylon instantly. And I think if Rat expected to do that much damage to Tylon, he probably would have flashed in, but I did not expect that much damage. Oh! Oh! Oh, what's happening here? Oh, what's happening here? Oh my, and the Triumph is gonna heal! Oh no. Oh no, that is very, very sad for Power Friendship. Already, Bard getting a heal from Triumph, there it goes absolutely crazy. It goes absolutely crazy. Invincible, wait, did he solo kill mid? And we just we missed it completely? What is happening right now? What is happening right now? Invincible solo killing Hui as Poppy is kind of insane. Like, Stardust Addict is a good player. He's not just going to let that happen. But, just like most people, you pick something considered cheese or unorthodox in a lane that you're very comfortable playing, it can definitely screw you up a little bit. So I imagine Stardust Addict has not gone against many Poppy mids in his lifetime. So if this is the first time for his matchup, then I understand a little bit of the discomfort and maybe a little bit of misplaying there. But regardless, we know Invincible's a cracked player, so maybe it was just a skill thing. We'll see. Anyways, I was so sidetracked by the play bot lane. Super, super sad to be giving a Sivir a lead like that so early in the game. But it's definitely not over. It's definitely not over. We just know that Vayne's laning phase is already pretty rough, so getting off to a start like that does not feel good. I should mention, Invincible's actually a Poppy main, I believe. Obviously, he's the top laner, but we won't stop him from playing in mid lane. Anyways, you do see Dog and a Coat in the top side. Even clear with Zoob here. He's getting collapsed on 1v2, trying to attempt this crab. Waiting on Cat Food to rotate over. Will be able to walk away here, but will Slick Nugget pull him in? Or did I miss that already because I blinked? Slick Nugget getting kited out pretty hard here, but still wants to aggress. Cat Food, no E, going to be forced to flash in this situation. Zoob getting a lot of damage onto Dog and a Coat. Still has flash available, does not choose to flash onto Cat Food. And now we have the rotation coming up from Stardust Addict. Invincible will land a very nice stun on a Stardust Addict. Pick up the shield. Dog and a Coat getting beamed down by the Rumble. There's too much happening here. That's a double kill for Zoob. Once again, Rumble, a very strong early game champion, picking up a double kill. Definitely not what you want to see. Not what you want to see. Invincible going to be able to stack this wave up, get a nice little crash off here. I don't think Stardust Addict is going to miss too much. He will miss the cannon, but, you know, it is what it is. The weird minion HP, too. I mean, Hui doesn't really care. He'll throw it on the blanket. He's going to get most of it. Invincible going to be able to get off a free reset here. Really, really good prio in the bot lane by Team Tryhards. Dog and a Coat will be able to pick up this bottom side crab. And we're looking good. Also, for those of you wondering about Caesar, he will be here later, I believe. He said for game 2. It's probably going to be available. Dog and a Coat going for the invade, the classic. Zoob will be coming back with a Faded Ashes, though. Tylon rotating over. Hyperphania rotating over. Dog and a Coat looking in a very scary position. His bot lane is really low. He does commit for a trade onto Hyperphania. Small Mexican Child will be Eing in. Will tank the root from Hui and probably go down here. That's going to be another kill for Tylon. Onto Dog and a Coat. Rat trying his best to get away, but the Bard portal will come through. The auto attack will be barely out of range before it's too late. And now Rat will be able to escape. Stardust Addict going to try and get some value on the back end of this fight here, but will ultimately just go back in the mid lane here. Alright. We'll look at the gold differences real quick for each lane. We have Zoob almost 1,000 gold up in this case. He's just clearing really quickly. He has 3 kills, 2 assists. What order did they pick Braum? Honestly, I was a little AFK dealing with something during Champ Select, but we know that he picks Braum pretty much every time, so I wouldn't be surprised if it was early. I wouldn't be surprised if it was late either, not gonna lie. But we will be locked in for the next draft. Excuse me on that. We had some issues. Once again, to those of you who have just tuned in, I apologize for the sub-only chat. I am not trying to entice you to sub to me. Please don't sub to me if you don't want to. It's not about that. We're getting some harassment, so I'm going to make them pay to harass me. But we did make a Discord chat for you guys to chat in about the tournament games right now specifically, if you want to utilize that. And I will still pan over and read that every now and again. I sincerely apologize. This is not a sellout move. Anyways, we got Slick Nugget asserting the dominance as always. Cat Food definitely getting a lot of damage in, but as we can see, Set is just going to regen to full here pretty shortly. Love that passive. Zoob now taking the aggression, going for the invade here, knowing that he can get away with it. Very, very strong compared to Viego, just off those early kills that he was able to pick up. Dog in a Coat going to stand at the edge of it. Does not have Smite available, but does want to appear as if he could be contesting this with someone else. Will W away, because Stardust Addict probably called it off here, knowing he's got a big wave he wants to collect. Don't know if that was a -1 or not. That's okay. Not too much happening in the bot lane. The Bard aggression is very nice, though. Do like to see it. The 3 Ruby Crystal buy. I respect that as well. Nice Q onto Rat. And we will see Dog actually retaliate with an invade of his own. We'll be able to pick up the red buff as Zoob is in the top side. If Slick Nugget's able to crash this wave in, they might try and execute a dive onto Cat Food, who has no rage at the moment. But I think Zoob realizes recalling's the right option here. The wave's coming up soon. There we go. Dog in a Coat once again trying to get out, but we will see the flash come through from Invincible to catch him out of position here. The ultimate will come through as well. The Bardo will land onto Stardust Addict. A nice stun by Small Mexican Child onto Tylon, but it's not going to result in anything. Hyperphania is here with the damage. Whale comes through, not much value. Will be able to dodge the root from Hwei by taking the Magical Journey. And I don't think a dive is super possible here. We don't have Hex Slash on the Poppy or anything, but they might go for it. Nope, the W's utilized. They're going to back off here. And it looks like Zoob and Slick Nugget might just transition this into a nice Grubs grab. We'll be picking up the red buff first. And now we have Stardust Addict who will be assisting Dog and Coat in the jungle. Just because, you know, you're Viego. You're not picking Viego for the early game power or the 1v1s or the like turbo dueling potential, right? You pick him because he pops off in fights. You get the resets. You carry the fight for your team. And, you know, the dopamine and all that. So, even though he's behind now, he still has a chance. Still definitely has a chance to perform. Slick Nugget taking a lot of damage here. Cat Food's actually in a pretty good spot. Has no E available. Will be spacing away to avoid the W. I didn't see your comment. This looks like early Braum pick into double ranged. Maybe. He also could have picked it last, I'm not going to lie to you. Like, we know that Small Mexican Child is a Braum specialist. He picks it every single game no matter what. Okay, we're seeing the Vayne ult come through. Braum Q is going to land onto Tylon, who should be okay. We'll be able to flash out of the Glacial Fissure. Hyperphania trying to walk up and get a little bit of damage in here, but some good gameplay by Small Mexican Child, Dog and a Cut, and Rat will result in a kill onto Tylon. Invincible once again getting a nice wave crashed in. Chooses to recall potentially. No, just going to get some plates. He has Demolish. Can hit it with the Buckler. Not too worried about Hwei's damage right now. Slick Nugget with a solo kill. Just kidding. It was a gank. Zoob pretty much controls Doggonacoat's jungle right now just due to the gold lead that he has. Rumble already being such a strong early game champion makes it really hard for Doggonacoat to play the game. Especially if you can't get Prio, right? It's kind of hard to get Prio top lane because the set does have a Tiamat and he does have a lead. Hard to get Prio bot lane. Pretty much impossible to get Prio bot lane against a Bard Sivir. Can't ever walk up. Can't ever match the Sivir's wave clear unless you're rushing Shiv or something first, in which case Sivir's already got it, so hey. It's looking like a rough game right now for Power of Friendship, but they definitely have the chance to bring it back. I think their comp is pretty good. They have turbo scaling with Vayne. Hui scaling is decent. I'll definitely say Hui kind of falls off in the late game, just a little bit. But he's definitely not weak, right? I mean, a mage in the late game is a mage in the late game. He's going to be doing some damage, but you don't pick Hui for the scaling. You pick him for the early mid game. Very, very strong. And we do see Doggonacoat attempting a gank in the bot lane again. Tylon does have the magical journey to get away. Fortunately, he does, because he does not have flash available. We do see Zoob in an aggressive position as well. I don't know if they're planning a dive onto the bot lane here. We do have the Rumble Carpet. I forget what the ability's called. I need to learn these. The Equalizer, of course. How could I forget? How could I forget? Anyways, Dragon should be going over to Team Tryhards here with a very, very significant gold lead at 12 minutes in the game. They're 6,000 gold up right now. That is just absolutely insane. 6,000 gold at 12 minutes is nothing to scoff at. But once again, we do see Power of Friendship with a pretty nice scaling composition here. We'll have to see how Team Tri wants to play these fights out in the late game. Okay. Lots of damage onto Invincible here. A nice flash by Stardust Addict in order to prevent getting CC'd there. But now Zoob is here for the counter. Will just press his buttons on the enemy champions. Because he is so fed, he'll pick up a couple of Dark Harvest stacks there. Or one, I guess. I forget it has a cooldown. No way. No way. No way. The shield comes through, but it doesn't matter. The Equalizer will result in a kill. Invincible really trying for the dive here and will die in the process. We will see Zoob flash over just to secure this for his team. That is a 5-0 Rumble. That is a 5-0 Rumble. He does have the Dark Seal now. Going to get a nice cannon wave for himself as well in order to deny the next wave from Stardust Addict. We have Slick Nugget just absolutely performing. Everyone on Team Tryhards right now is just popping off. I can't lie to you. They're all just popping off. There's not much else to say. I mean, I'm just looking. Like I said, Power of Friendship, we are the Cuddle Buddies, does have a decent scaling comp, but just looking already at Team Tri, they have quite the front to back. Quite a nice little front line. Really good pick potential with the Bard. It's going to be really hard for Power of Friendship to bring this back. We're looking at almost a 10,000 gold lead on Team Tryhard, so wonder how Power of Friendship's going to be able to bring this back in the next game. Not much going on here. I don't think Power of Friendship want to be looking for anything right now. They need to just try and collect the waves that are coming in. I mean, they do want to look for outweighted skirmishes, but it's just really hard at the moment for them to do so. Okay. We're seeing a potential fight in the bot lane, but Invincible will just be able to ult Viego away and get out scot-free. Now we have Tylon pressuring Stardust Addict with the slow. The Q does connect as well. Cat Food is here, though. Pretty enraged. Could potentially look for a play here, but chooses not to just because of the gold deficit, I'm sure. We also have Sleek Nugget pushing into the top lane here. Gotta address the side lanes. Our W gonna go wide. Will not be ulting the wave, so it looks like Sleek Nugget is just gonna be able to take the tower. Towers are just falling. I really enjoy watching how Team Tryhards is playing this. They see how much of a lead they have, and they are running away with it. Using the Rift Herald in the mid lane. getting those mid towers down. We do have Zoob potentially getting caught here. A nice play by Dog in a Coat, but oh, and he will get the shutdown onto the Vayne, which is definitely what you want to see. A very big Braum ultimate coming in onto the Tylon as well. That's a Viego reset. That's a triple kill for Vayne, guys. Are we looking like we're about to see a comeback? It's possible. It's possible. If any champ can do it, it's Vayne. Hyperfania getting chased down as well. We'll be able to blast cone away. Now, this doesn't result in a lot of map value for Power of Friendship. However, they're happy with the gold, like I said. That is a lot of gold onto the Vayne. And that's definitely the champion you want to see it on. Either the Vayne or the Viego. Hoya will always have fantastic zoning. And we see Sleek Nugget with good use of the new Cinder Bloom thingies. Just going to be able to run Rat down, potentially. He has no Stride Breaker at the moment. He's getting ganked by 3 people. Small Mexican Child is here. We're seeing a teleport come through from Cat Food as well. Just because they are afraid of Sleek Nugget here. Like, he has a chance to 1v3 if he's not careful. Is he going to escape? No, the Hoya ultimate will connect. Tylon does not have any shrines to give to him in order to protect him from dying to that Hoya ultimate. Hyperfania going to be grabbing one more wave in the mid lane, while Invincible will be pressuring top. Oh, Hyperfania overstaying his welcome just a little bit, but we know that Dog in a Coat has no flash. Will be able to escape in this case. And we see Team Tryhard grouping up over the dragon, taking over this space early, making sure they have their vision control. Just understanding that Power of Friendship doesn't really have the power to fight over these wards right now. We do have 1-for-1 dragon. This will be the second dragon for Team Tryhards. You have Small Mexican Child attempting to come in and fight over some vision, but probably will decide against it. And we're just seeing Team Tryhard continue to apply the pressure here. Still looking at about a 9,000 gold lead for Team Tryhard. Vayne getting those kills definitely got Power of Friendship back in the game a little bit. So if they're able to make some very nice coordinated plays while they're trying to pressure each lane, then there's definitely a chance that they can come back. Once again, we have the Vayne, we have the Viego with the resets. It's always possible. I mean, Vayne is no jinx, but we know that Rat does have the mechanics to pull off the Vayne, so if played properly, we could definitely see a fight just pretty much get 1v5. Cat Food has been able to keep up in CS alongside Slick Nugget here pretty well, all things considered. But once again, I mean, Slick Nugget just getting underestimated. He's always underestimated. He gets the set again. The man is a set main and we give him the set again. And the champ is pretty strong right now too. Like we've been discussing, that Bloodmail, Warden's Bloodmail I think is what it's called. The item is just really good on him. Warmogs apparently is extremely overtuned right now. He's not going that. I expected him to, but I've never played set in my life, so I don't really know what he builds normally. I just know he's hard to kill. Talking to Ko will begin the Raptor camp with Small Mexican Child here to peel for him. The Q will go wide, but he will land an auto on a Slick Nugget. Followed up with the stun from Viego. Slick Nugget will hit the W and completely one-shot Rat and Dog in a Coat. He is in the backline, ladies and gentlemen. Will he be able to get the kill on Dog in a Coat? He can. A very nice, very, very nice Rumble ultimate. I've already forgot the name again, but hey, it's okay. Will result in the kills. Now Zoob and his team will be able to begin the Baron. Slick Nugget's actually such a baller. True. True. He tends to just ego people from what I've recognized, but it works out for him most of the time, so I respect it fully. Tylon getting the stun onto Gnar. Won't result in anything. Invincible's not going to be going for a kill on the Gnar here. But hey, it's just Bard things. Simply is just Bard things. Hyperphania performing on the Sivir as well. Sivir's a weird champion because, like, especially when you're in these front-to-back team fights, you know she's doing damage, but you can't really see it. It kind of just happens. Maybe that's just me. I don't see Sivir very often anyways, but we have seen Hyperphania run the Sivir a few times. And he has been getting the damage. A very nice engage by Invincible will result in a kill on a Dog in a Coat. Trying desperately to get into his jungle, but it's just too far gone at this point. The gold lead is too significant. We're looking at now about 12,000 gold lead on Team Tryhards here. Tylon might be looking for a magical journey. Play onto Stardust Addict and Cat Food here. Trying to land the double Q, actually misses entirely, but that's okay. And they should just be able to rotate over to Dragon. Slick Nugget 1v2ing in the mid lane. But the Braum passive, the Braum slow is just doing too much. Very good kiting and play from Rat and Small Mexican Child here. No objective up for them to play for. And they're not going to be able to get the mid tower with the rest of Tryhards rotating back over. They are potentially looking for a 5v4 here, though. They do have to fight against the Baron. And we have the next dragon coming up. Will be an Infernal Dragon. Oh, Hyperphania face checking here, but just understanding how strong he is. So he's going to get away with it. Has both sums available, has Spell Shield, not too worried about anything right now. As long as Hyperphania doesn't get in a 1v1 with the Vayne, I feel like she's a bit unstoppable right now. Dog in a Coat looking for the steal. Really like to see the discipline from Team Tryhards here to stop hitting the dragon entirely, just so we don't see an ult smite by Viego come through while he's in the stealth from Z. And here we go. They're going to be going for a mid-siege. This is exactly what Team Tryhard wants for their Sivir to perform. They'll have a ton of damage outside of Zub and Sivir, so they really need to be able to play around Hyperphania here. Gnar ult's going to come through. A very nice spell shield from Hyperphania is going to result in his life. Stardust Addict trying to get some damage in onto Tylon, but Rat is popping off now. Rat is popping off. Wait, hang on. This fight is completely turning. We're looking at a potential quadra kill for Rat. Won't be able to continue the roll with a very nice Q by Tylon, but regardless, this is the Vayne pop-off moment we were discussing earlier. Rat being able to pick up the gold from that messed up skirmish by Team Tryhard definitely results in a lot of good opportunities for him. Slick Nugget walking in 2v4 here, gonna get CC'd to death, and actually will just go down. Rat is now unstoppable. We're seeing Vayne with 8-3 and 2 with the Bork and Ginsu's. She is officially online, and it only gets harder from here. We're looking at mid tower go down to Power of Friendship. Potentially a second mid tower, knowing that there's no Bird ultimate available. A very good play. Power of Friendship really came back with that one. They're still at quite a gold deficit, but hey. It looks like the siege from Tryhards just wasn't enough. Rat was able to capitalize off of them stepping just a little bit too close. Some good help with his Braum and Viego here. A good Gnar ult creating that opening for him as well. And now we have a game, ladies and gentlemen. It's suddenly close. We do have Team Tryhards and Soul Point. Dragon's not going to be up for another 3 minutes. So this buys just a few more minutes of time for Power of Friendship to keep themselves in the game here. Yep, Power Friendship does scale incredibly well. Definitely still winnable. I mean, we have quite the death ball on Team Tryhard. Very, very hard to play against, but as we can see, one of their biggest weaknesses is a lack of siege. They don't really have a mage on their team. They're pretty much just relying on Hyperfania to get in there, auto the people stepping up trying to defend their tower. And that's about it, right? I mean, they have the Rumble ultimate, but Rumble can't willingly walk under tower, start tanking it. Even though he is very, very fed, he's not very tanky. Does not have the Zonias either, so a little bit tough for him to play these fights out whenever it comes to the actual sieging portion of the game. We do know that Rumble tends to fall off just a little bit in the late game as well. He's not quite to that point. I think he's still doing fine, still very, very strong, but they've got a Vayne to deal with. And they don't have a lot of really, really reliable just stop moving buttons for Vayne. So if Rat performs this game, there's a very high chance that they can win because, you know, he just needs to be able to play front to back or even get off a nice flank for his Viego to get the resets. And we're actually seeing, for the first time, Power of Friendship able to claim priority over an objective before it spawns here. They have really, really good vision control. They're going to be able to fuck up Slick Nugget here, who's just completely walking in blind. Doesn't even have time to use the W. Will get CC locked down. And now this should look like just a free Baron, to be honest with you. They have to really be careful of a good equalizer coming out from Zoob here. Have to be very, very careful. Doganaco does not have ultimate. They will stop hitting the Baron, knowing that the rest of Team Tryhard is here to contest. Once again, the equalizer creating a lot of threat here. They don't want to commit to this Baron. If they all get trapped in that pit by an equalizer, the fight is just over for them. So they have to play this very, very slow. Someone's got to zone off Zoob, or we've got to be able to turn this fight. Tylon aggressively walking in, will land a snare. Zoob looking again with the equalizer. Here it comes. It's going to hit 3 people. Baron at half HP will not be continued. A very nice stun onto Cat Food here, who will be able to jump away. Invincible throwing his ultimate, but it goes completely wide here. Zoob in the middle of everyone will be able to do a ton of damage. Gets a double kill. Rat starting to pop off, but Invincible will be able to stun him against the wall there. A very nice Bard ultimate onto Stardust Addict will result in a kill for Slick Nugget. Cat Food trying his best to run away. Or her best, I'm sorry. If I got that pronoun wrong, please forgive me. I don't remember. I don't know you very well. I will meet you again sometime. Yeah, Cat Food in an uncomfortable position here. Oh! Nice try jumping over the Poppy's head to avoid the root, but it's just not going to work. Nice try. Very, very nice try. Hyperfania deleting waves. Going to be hitting this inhibitor. We have Dog in a Coat and Small Mexican Child up very, very soon. Rat will be able to run in as well. Slick Nugget cannot stay for this inhibitor. He cannot stay. Dog in a Coat and Small Mexican Child will zoom straight at him, but he's very fast, so he's okay. He's very fast. And here we are looking at the Dragon Soul. We have Invincible a little bit low here, but Hyperfania does put out a ton of DPS. Unsure if Dog in a Coat will be able to get there in time. I think he's assuming the Dragon's pretty much already dead. We do have a lot of DPS coming out from Hyperfania here, so understandable decision. We have a lot of zoning from Slick Nugget come out as well. And Team Tryhard should be able to take a reset, go straight into Baron, and we'll see what happens. The game definitely ended up closer than we expected. We had a massive, like, 10,000 gold lead on Tryhards. But then Not Rat just started performing out of his mind, so we'll have to see, we'll have to see. We do have Zoob initiating the Baron here. Slightly harder to get value from his ultimate whenever they're not all grouped up in the Baron pit, but they will actually just get off Baron entirely to allow space for Power of Friendship to walk in here. This game could go either way. This game could go either way. Okay, oh no, the Rumble ult is too big. The stun is too big. That is just too much AoE damage. Zoob just completely running into the backline. Rat is way too low to perform in this fight. Will have to flash out of the Bard ultimate, but Hui will go down in the process. And unfortunately, it's looking like this is just a game. Well played to Team Tryhards. Able to secure just such a massive lead in the early game. And even though Power of Friendship ended up playing out the mid game relatively well, all things considered, I think the gold lead was just too much. It was just too much. Power of Friendship have most of the money on their carry. Yeah, you're not wrong. You're not wrong. There's only so much one Vayne can do into that team. Now, once again, we're talking about the reset opportunities for Dog in a Coat. Definitely making an impact here, but it is what it is. Okay. Let me set up the behind the scenes. One moment. Zoob MVP this game. IMO. True. Zoob popped off. I'm going to be playing in a tournament of my own relatively soon, about halfway through next month, and I am trying to recruit Zoob on my team. I want him as my jungler, so we'll keep you guys updated on that. That'll be fun. I'll definitely be streaming that. Anyways. Okay, draft has already begun. The Lee Sin ban comes through. The A Soul ban comes through as expected. We saw Zoob absolutely smurf it on the Lee Sin the other day against the Fraudulent. Rumble ban coming through from Power of Friendship as well. We did see it perform last game. Which tournament? It is through a server called... I forgot. What do you say? Metashift League. I know you're in there, Prophet. It's not a high-low tournament though. I think... I don't know. I don't know how it works. It's way different than the way we do things, but essentially, I went to look for a team. A team found me and contacted me, and then said, by the way, we're building this team from the ground up. You need 4 other players. So I'm the only player on the team. Fortunately, we have like 2 or 3 weeks before, about 2 weeks before our games start. But yeah, he basically just said, here, make your own team. So we'll see how that goes. I don't know who my opponents are. I don't know how any of it works. I'm just here to play some League of Legends in a competitive environment. As much as I would love to play in my own tournaments, you know, the game's got to be streamed. Someone's got to be able to watch what's going on. So you'll be the water boy? Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Nah, I mean, I'm pretty sure you're in that server. I thought I saw you were there, so you should definitely get on a team. I would put you on my team, but I think mine might be like limited to just Diamond Master Peak. I don't know for sure. I don't for sure. Metashift.gg. Yeah, I don't know if it's .gg, but it is Metashift, and they do have a website. So, yeah. Their tournaments are way different than the way we run things, but I'm excited to try it out. We'll see. And if you guys want to play in more tournaments outside of mine, you should check out Metashift. They're cool. But we'll always be running them here. We love having you guys around. But Metashift is a massive server. I want to say they have like almost 10,000 people, so less intimate but more large scale for sure. They definitely have lots of opportunities for people out there wanting to play in tournaments. So I found a team within like an hour, which probably wasn't hard considering there's no one on the team, but hey, that's okay. Getting into the draft here, ladies and gentlemen, we do have the Lilia locked in against the Kindred Poppy, against the Huaynar, against the Ornn. Ornn just prints value. Who am I kidding? Ornn just prints value. Especially since that rework they did for his passive, allowing him to essentially get the same percentage of value on items whenever he upgrades them. Now there's no item that's necessarily better than the other, as far as I understand. If you're talking purely stats, it's going to upgrade them all by the same power level, if that makes sense. They did some special Riot math and figured it out. And of course we trust Riot math. It's never been wrong before. Am I right? The Poppy going through again. I guess we're seeing the Poppy mid. We are going to see the Gnar locked in again from Power of Friendship. Cat food. Supposedly on a comfort pick, or I would imagine on a comfort pick. Hui once again locked in by Daddy Vladdy. Doganacoat has a few different picks. We know he's a Briar player, but Lilia is one of those picks. We're going to be seeing the Jhin as well. Very, very good champion. Jhin is so good. I don't know what else to say. He's just a really good champion. I'm already starting to favor Power of Friendship's comp here a little bit, especially if they do lock in the Seraphine. Would be a shock because... Oh, the Braum was banned. I didn't even notice. So we got the two mid lane champs from Stardust Haddock banned, two ADCs from Not Rat banned, and the and the Braum finally banned out. We see him play Braum almost every single game, so they finally got rid of it. Sick of seeing it, realizing how much value that pick has been getting. I haven't checked the tournament chat. Oh, Zing, I did just see your comment if you were watching the stream. We do tournaments like, I don't know, the original plan was quarterly. It's probably going to be a few weeks before the next one, but I will let you know. I believe, I can't remember what elo you are. I want to say you are like Platinum, but if you are Platinum, you'll be able to play in our next tournament. Platinum will be the peak, I believe. We will see what the demographic for the tournament is looking like, but this is considered our like mid to high elo tournament. But other times we do the mid elo tournament. Anyways, we do see Power of Friendship running the Zeri. We have Rat on the Zeri. They banned all his other picks, so this is what we're gonna see. Not gonna be seeing the Vayne again. Vayne is a very good solo queue champion. I would argue she's not quite as good in competitive environments like this. Oh no, we still need to get some people in this lobby. What is going on? Get in the lobby, everybody. If you're watching the stream, get in the lobby. Who are we waiting on? I don't have all of you added because Natalie usually makes the lobbies, so please forgive me. Okay, I think we got most of you here. We're missing one player. Or, wait, two players. No longer. We're good, we're good. Please make a Plat Emerald tourney. Us Plats are just permabench for these high elo ones. True, okay, but as harsh as it is to say, it is not intended to necessarily have like a broad selection of Plat players in this tournament. This is supposed to be higher. And even though saving, I'm pretty sure we all know you perform well above a Plat level. It's just how it is. The fortunate thing is even though you are Plat, you're able to be included in 2 tournaments while most people are not. Most people only get 1 tournament at a time. So they have to wait for the next one. Plat 4 to E1 would be perfect, to be honest. Honestly, we have a lot of Diamond players. I want to say the vast majority of our server is Diamond, but I could be wrong. I could be totally wrong. We'll do a little poll. People didn't really select their role for their rank, which I kind of get it. I didn't really want to add that to the server anyways because, you know, I don't want people to just be identified as their rank, right? Like just because you're low elo or just because you're high elo doesn't mean your opinions have more or less validity, right? I mean, in some cases, sure, but most of the time, no. We don't want stuff to revolve around rank, so I understand why a lot of people don't choose their rank role. But with that being said, I do need like a bit of a demographic check. Thank you for the hydrate redemption. I'm actually gonna go get a drink right now. I'll be right back. I've spilled the drink everywhere. I've spilled it everywhere. Oh no. Okay, I'm sorry. I wanted to start the bets, but I was yapping, and then I spilled water everywhere. I opened a can of sparkling water, and there was a big dent at the bottom, so when I set it down, it tipped over. Okay. Here's your rocks. You guys have 2 minutes for predictions. 2 minutes. Oh, you did not miss the gamble. That's my bad. That's my bad. I spilled water everywhere. It's a disaster. My mouse is now wet. Okay. Water is mostly clean. My mouse pad is soaked in water, but it's fine. It's fine. Okay, we got Power of Friendship voters this time. Seems like they may have just had a rough start last time. This was kind of a last-minute game because a lot of people realize I won't be available for the actual scheduled game. Going forward, as I hate to be like this, but going forward I have to be just like super strict on the timings because we've rescheduled like 3 or 4 games already. And it doesn't work for me, it doesn't work for a lot of you guys, and the schedule has been available for 8 weeks at this point, so we gotta stick to it. I understand life happens. League is not the most important thing in many people's lives, so I understand that, but because of that reason, it's important we play scheduled games. I'm not giving Power of Friendship a hard time here, by the way. Stuff happens. I get it. I'm not like upset about it. I'm just saying moving forward, I'm gonna have to be more strict on the scheduling. Anyways, let's get into it. Predictions are done. My mouse pad is so wet. It's okay. Okay. Here we go. We're seeing the same matchup in the mid lane. And now we're seeing Slick Nugget picking up the Ornn against the Gnar this time. We're seeing the Braum band forced into the Seraphine pick. We see Team Tryhard once again running in. Stardust Addict, how much gold did you get for that, brother? 17. 17 from one ability. That's pretty nice. That's a whole minion's worth. Oh, I'm going to have to change out my mouse pad after this one. Anyways, Vision has been acquired. Once again, Doggeniko being tracked in his jungle. Hopefully not going to have as rough of a time. He is against a Kindred this time, and I feel like Lilia could get away pretty easily. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. I'm not a jungler, so. I'm not a jungler. But yeah, I mean, a lot of Doggeniko's hardships from last game did kind of come from that really aggressive level 1 Vision play that we're seeing from Try. You're an awesome tourney organizer, bro. Thank you, man. I'm sorry. I'm trying my best. I know this one's been a little bit scuffed, but I do really appreciate that. Thank you for the kind words. This has been an interesting one, that's for sure. It's been an interesting one. We've never struggled this much with a tournament before, but you know, it's very rewarding for me just to be able to see how well people learn to work together and synergize and what they're able to accomplish just by getting together, you know, multiple weeks at a time to practice their gameplay. Sounds like a very easy, simple thing, but it's beautiful to watch. Caesar appreciates it as well. Unfortunately, can't have Caesar with us here today. I just got DMs from Caesar. Hang on. Is Caesar in my chat right now? He is. Caesar, welcome.
Hello.
How you doing?
I'm doing well. I'm glad to be here. Fortunately, I didn't get to the custom lobbying time, but I guess I can just watch to your stream.
Okay, sure. I would stream on Discord, but it makes the stream lag a lot. I'm so sorry. I didn't think you would actually be available for game 2 because game 1 was very fast.
Like, I barely didn't catch it. I thought I would be just in time for game 2, but it looks like the game 1 was a stomp by what you're telling me.
It really was. It really was. Team Tryhard just completely performed. Pretty much everyone all the way around, every single lane, and Zoob, of course, we're just absolutely popping off the whole time. So, had a little bit of a change up in comps. We are seeing the Braum banned away from Small Mexican Child this time, so he's stuck on the Seraphine. We know his Braum has been pretty disgusting so far, but won't have that comfort pick this time. Banned out Rat and Stardust Addict's pick, left the way open. And once again, we'll have Invincible running Poppy mid lane.
Yeah, and I guess just to kind of, well, we have nothing much going on this early and kind of catching me up on the weekend. Looks like Bowling Cow fans kind of had a underdog win.
They did, yeah. Jay-Z Jax honestly just kind of smurfed it in every game. I'm not going to lie.
Wow.
I'm not going to lie. He played really well. The whole team played well, but Demonic especially as well. Demonic has proven to be a very, very solid pick. Sad we couldn't have you for the games, but hey, we got you for this game 2, potentially a game 3. We'll see. We do trust and power of friendship here.
Okay. Off a pretty decent start. Zoo was able to get his full clear off, and his Krav, always like a nice start for any jungler, right? He won't be able to get his mark, but seems like just standard stuff. Krav's getting traded, just full clear into Krav, full clear into Krav. Not much happening, and I think as we get further up in this bracket, it seems like a standard thing. This teams really look to slow down and be a lot more.
Just a kill by Poppy. Very well played. Once again, Invincible is a Poppy top lane main, but he's just playing it mid. He's been playing a lot of top laners mid and performing on them, so yeah, we like to see it.
You believe he's a top lane main, right?
He is, yeah. He's a Poppy top lane main, but he's not afraid to bring it mid, as we can see.
Yeah, he's making it work, and I do like that. I do like that kind of strategy. He's like, hey, I'm not a mid laner, but you know, he's not gonna force himself to play like mid lane champion. He's like, I'd rather just play my champions that I know how to play in mid lane, and I mean, it's working out for him wonders. So I think I really do. Just goes to show that really champion mastery just trumps everything. Really, it's just so important.
Yeah, I absolutely agree. Being able to know the limits to the T of your champion definitely benefits you. And that's something I mentioned earlier as well, as we know that Stardust Addict is a really talented mid laner generally. I mean, he did peak in Masters. I think he's playing mostly ASOL, but regardless of that, his other picks are really good. His way is really good. But something I've experienced a lot in mid lane is if someone picks like a random top laner that I've never laned against, it definitely pulls me out of my comfort zone. No matter how comfortable I am on the champion, it's weird to lane against new champs, especially in a high pressure environment like this. So it can be a little bit hard for Stardust Addict to kind of feel things out at first. This will be the second time he's played the matchup, so maybe we'll go a little bit better for him this time.
Oh yeah, for sure. And you'll definitely get surprised in matches that you never played before, where maybe you get killed early game and you're like, oh wait, that's how that champion works.
Yeah, exactly. The closest I've ever been to an emotional breakdown in League of Legends is when I played LeBlanc into Nautilus mid, and I think he solo killed me like 5 times, and it was absurd. It was absurd.
To me, I think a frustrating experience for me was the first time I played against a Warwick top. I was just like, got beaten in so many times by him being low health. I was like, well, he's low health, right? It makes sense for me to kill him. Not how the champion works. He actually prefers to be low health, especially with the barrier popping in the end. He just has so much healing that he doesn't really care, right? So, yeah, definitely learning curve here for the matches. But yeah, it looks like kind of getting back in the game here, very, very calm. Another game for the most part, just a kill, and that's pretty much it that's happening in the game so far. Grubs look to be started by Tryhards here, and it probably will be taken by them here in the end. Zoo will also capitalize and get his first mark here, I believe, so that's something. And Dog and Cove would just be trading with Dragon. So just like seems like very standard stuff overall.
Cool. Zoop gonna flash in to get the slow. Invincible gonna be able to follow up with some extra damage to take down Cat Food on the Gnar, who had a really good engagement onto the Ornn. Was barely unable to get that kill. Even landed the empowered Q after Slick Nugget flashed away, but the damage just was not enough. We will see Power of Friendship retaliate with cross-map play by getting the dragon. Pretty good for them. I definitely like the scaling on the side of Power of Friendship this time.
Yeah, for sure. They have some pretty very solid scaling here for sure. Tryhard's definitely not. I mean, they have Kindred and melee. That combo can be really nice. But yeah, definitely the Jhin. They don't really have any solid like AP damage, so I can see Gnar being very unkillable towards the end when he builds a lot of armor, starts ramping up. But yeah. By the way, I think it's probably going to be best for you to take over all fights, because I'm probably like a little behind. The casting is just going to sound weird because I'm just like commenting on fights, but it's like lagging 4 seconds behind, right? So
I do apologize. Are you able to potentially join spectate from me in the League client?
Maybe. I can quickly check. That's a good idea.
Yeah, I don't know if it actually works like that for custom games. I know for like normal games, of course it does, but not sure about customs. I do apologize, though. We weren't able to catch you there.
All good. Really, Tryhard should be the one that should be apologizing for ending the game so quick.
Yeah, true, honestly. You can blame Hyperphania specifically. I heard
Really?
him
Was he
actually
the-
say... well, no, he did perform very well last game. Honestly, Zoob,
nice.
I think, was the one who took over for sure on the Rumble jungle. And it got banned this time around, understandably so.
Nice. Nice, Rumble. I haven't actually seen him play Rumble, but funnily enough, it's actually one of my most played champions in jungle. Really enjoy, really I actually saw that he has a really high presence and competitive overall. Not necessarily in jungle, more in top lane, but just a really good pick. Has been very slow for OP for a long time now.
Absolutely.
Just happy to see him being brought out more.
Yeah, and I keep forgetting the name of his ult. Is it the Neutralizer or something
Equalizer.
like that? Equalizer, yes.
Yes.
That ultimate and objective fights is just absolutely crazy, and we saw a lot of the power of that in that game 1 there. So very good. Invincible looking to potentially get ganked here by Dog in a Coat, unless Stardust Attic will just solo him. He just completely soloed him. Well played.
He just gave him a taste of his own medicine.
Able to return the solo kills there. We know that Hui has a fantastic wave clear as well. We able to get this in for free. Get off a nice base for himself. We do have the first dragon gone over to Power of Friendship as well. So looking like they're in a much better spot than last game. I think we were at 15 minutes and saw a 10,000 gold differential. 10,000 gold lead for Team Tryhard's last game. So very glad to see that Power of Friendship has managed to stabilize this early game out, especially with how hard their comp already scales. Should be really good for them.
Yeah, they're definitely in a very comfortable position. But again, we have Zoob as like the card for them. I think also from my experience working with Zoob as well, Kindred is definitely one of his best champions. Right, he had a pretty insane win rate last time around. So Kindred definitely a champion that he has a lot of master on. Definitely a champion that he's shown that he can perform. Right, so if he's the one that he has that Tryhards are relying a little bit on carrying here, he's definitely a good spot. Oh, looks like there's going to be a solo kill happening in top lane.
Yeah.
Cat Food. Oh, is this a new member here in Power of Friendship?
It is their full player, substituting for Smiley Doggy, who is actually playing in a different tournament right now. But we did have to reschedule this game, of course. His team assumed he'd be available, didn't know he had that going on. But we'll be able to make it to Game 3, I believe, if it goes to Game 3. Which, honestly, it's looking like Power of Friendship is in a much better spot. So, definitely possible. Dog in a Coat been waiting bot lane for a while for this play. We'll be able to flash in, get a double sleep. Probably going to be able to take down Tylon, and a nice Seraphine ultimate going to be able to secure the kill into Hyperphania as well. That's going to be a kill for Rat and a kill for Seraphine. We take those. We definitely take those if we're Power of Friendship.
Really nice gank. I do like how Zoob is kind of responding this with just taking tops. I can't a little bit, but yeah, really nice gank overall. Perfect execution. These are the kind of ganks that you like, where it's like there's nothing they can do to outplay it. You just flash Q and you sleep them. There's nothing they can do. It's funny because obviously you have melee for the R, but you actually can't R the kind of the sleeping process. You can only R once they have been slept, and if you're the one getting slept as well, there's nothing you can do. right? So,
yeah, absolutely. I do know, and maybe I'm wrong about this, but if I'm not mistaken, Miliozar actually gives it gives 65% tenacity for 3 seconds, so you can ult right before the sleep goes off, and it'll shorten the duration of it by quite a bit. But still, I mean, you can't straight up cleanse it. Most of the time, Lilia is going to be in range of the sleep anyway, so it's kind of just a lose-lose situation for Milio overall.
That's a really good point, right? If you want to decrease the ritual of the Zoob, and kind of getting a little bit greedy on the Simbit here.
We'll be able to get out, though. Invincible here to peel. The Gentle coming through will not get any value, but it will buy them some space for the dragon.
Zoob goes on the heist, and he gets away with it. It looks like they will be starting Dragon back up. So yeah, Zoob kind of being the light at the end of the tunnel here. I mean, he is able to counter jungle. He is able to generate a lead. He is able to take this dragon. So it looks like he knows that Dog and Code wants to trade Grudge with it, but Zoob has such good tempo that he can actually run over and respond to them.
It's a lot of damage from Stardust Addict, though, coming through on a Zoob. Makes it a lot harder for him to walk in. Invincible, not afraid. They do have Ornn ultimate available. They will actually just be able to zone them off these grubs completely. Gnar able to pick up one of them with his Q. We like to see it. Zoob able to dodge Stardust Addict spells. And they're going to take one and run. Better than nothing, I suppose.
Yeah, not bad at all. Denying the grub, at least taking one grub is good, right? Normally you'd have to give up just the entire grubs, and you take dragon for it. But the fact that you're able to get one kind of equalizes things a bit. Bit of a chase happening here. Looks like they're trying to contest Krav.
Ooh, small Mexican child playing really aggressively here. A very nice ult on the Hyperphania, who will have to flash out. Doganakoa able to land the sleep onto Zoob. We're going to see a retaliation with Zoob's ultimate, but the snowball's going to land. Might actually result in a kill. Never mind, the heal's too much. Invincible going to die for his team here. Or he lives. And that's why he plays Poppy mid. He definitely knows the limits.
Yeah, Poppy, you know, speaking on the same topic as Warwick, we do have Poppy passive, right? Which is the less health he has. I think it's like the more resistance or the more damage reduction she has, something along those lines. So like it's also deceiving when she's very low health. I forgot what passive ability it is.
Yeah, I think.
There we go, W passive, right? Yeah. Poppy gets so bonus is doubled if Poppy is below 40% health. So if she is below 40% health, she is double as tanky, I guess from her W passive. So it's also like the lower health she gets, or not the lower health, but definitely can be tankier when she's lower health. So she's actually okay with being at that health range.
Yeah, we like to see him utilizing that passive very effectively. Just having the ability to bait people in like that or lead them to believe they can actually secure the kill on you can create a lot of openings for yourself and for your team. We do see Zoob beginning the Rift Herald here. Could potentially have a rotation by Stardust Addict.
We might be seeing an entire 5v5 here. The entire team on both sides are rotating to this Herald.
Looks like we could. They're walking in. Small Mexican Child does not have Seraphine ult available, but will just be straight up walking in with his team. Zoob will confirm the smite onto the Rift Herald. Doganakoa getting a lot of value and a very nice Gnar ultimate into a lot of Hui damage coming through. And that's going to be a little bit of extra gold for Stardust Addict, which we definitely like to see on Hui during this point in the game.
Yes, there must have been some sort of miscommunication there with Slick Nugget there. Maybe they were unsure if they wanted to contest. Because while they started the Herald, Slick Nugget here was recalling. I was wondering if maybe he wanted to get a buy and TP in, and they were looking to D5. But yeah, bit of miscommunication there. They didn't really have the best positioning. Power of Friendship did a really good job pinning them down and making it impossible for them to really run away. Obviously, really nice Gnarl coming in from Catfood 1-2-3 at the end there. But yeah, Power of Friendship gonna solidify themselves a lead now, especially with Dog and Co being able to take Zoob's camps away. Now it's gonna give them an even bigger lead, but they are gonna collapse on him.
He is able to escape with Flash, though. Very good engage tool for Lilia, so it sucks to not have Flash, but I think they're gonna be okay. They're sitting on quite a pretty amount of gold. Their Hui is gonna get to that point where he's the strongest that he'll be, at least in comparison to other champions. Once he gets that second item, he's very, very hard to take down. Rat playing aggressively on a Zoob here, but he will be fine. Yep,
he knows he has backup coming in. Ooh, actually, Slipper Dugout barely getting away here at the end. Not quite going to be enough. He looks like he will go down.
I mean, Small Mexican Child kind of proving that he can play something other than Braum here. I think we've only seen the Braum so far from him, but the Seraphine ults have been very, very good. Can't lie. I've definitely enjoyed the Seraphine gameplay so far.
Yeah, I think Volley is doing a really good job this time around. I think just the fact that Dog was able to get Rat a double kill in the bot lane there with a really nice flash ult play, just really put the bot lane in a very favorable position, and they're able to really run with the lead and impact the map as a whole. So that's really good from them.
Could look at a pick onto Zoob here potentially. He's not gonna face check, seeing they just got the crab though. Very good decision by him. Been mentioning Zoob a lot, but I actually, fun fact, I played against him in solo queue, I think yesterday. And I didn't even notice.
Really?
Yeah, he messaged me, he just said, good luck. And I was like, okay, that's nice of him. Like, you know, sometimes a friend will see you in a ranked game and they just tell you good luck. I was like, okay, that was nice, thanks. And then I pressed tab and I saw he was on the enemy team. And I had to deal with that. But yeah, it was fun playing against him.
Nice. Who ended up winning?
I ended up winning. My jungler kind of bullied Zoob out of existence. He couldn't really play the game. He's playing Kindred, but you do see a nice fight breaking out here. Catfood going to be able to flash ult in here too as well. And Lilia, Dog in a Coat, is kind of just smurfing this fight. He's getting so much damage down. Rat just completely running into the enemy team. Flashing in will continue. The Kindred ult comes through, but I don't know if it's going to be enough. A nice root by the Seraphine lands through, and it's going to be a double kill for Hui again, supplementing Rat's damage. And Power Friendship is looking like they have a much better start than last time. And they have now taken the almost, what is this, a 7,000 gold lead for themselves? Well, no, it's more than that. It's almost 10.
Oh yeah, that was a huge fight with Power Friendship here. We're definitely going to see Tryhard start to trouble here a bit more for sure. Especially with the second dragon take, the third takes, it's just like definitely Power Friendship looking very strong in this game too. They took the improvements they needed to make during game 1, they adjusted the draft accordingly, and now they have retaliated and are finding themselves in a very comfortable spot in this game number 2. And they're doing a really good job as they're exiting, always looking to take as many camps as they can on their way out.
Oh,
but
nice flash by
we're staying here.
Blast Cone saves him.
Yeah, Blast Cone is just in time to save Rat at the end there. But yeah, very solid lead. Looks like Rat does get away with his life, so really in the end, Invincible is just the one that ends up losing because he loses his flash. Zoob, you're still chasing though.
Won't result in anything here. We do see the side waves being addressed. Seeing Team Tryhards try their best to take back some of the game here, regain this tempo, and look to contest the upcoming Baron, or at least get some sort of vision control over it. I don't think it's over for them by any means. The Ornn, Slick Nugget, not doing too hot scoreline wise, but we know that Ornn is always going to be valuable. Always going to be able to upgrade items for his team. Always going to be able to throw his ultimate in. Not too much counterplay besides dashing or flashing away from it, so will be a very valuable member for his team regardless of the scoreline, as well as Poppy, right? We're definitely noticing a pretty consistent trend with Team Tryhards here, where they put a lot of the carry potential into Zoob and into Hyperphania. They tend to draft tanks mid, as we know. Hang on, might be seeing a fight coming out. Tylon in a very uncomfortable position here on the Milio. Will go down and probably just give a lot of the space back over to Power Friendship here. But yeah, we usually see Team Tryhards draft a tank mid, just because we know that that's what Invincible is comfortable on. And with them drafting a tank top as well, we really are once again relying on just a couple of our teammates to do the damage in these team fights. So if they're not able to snowball or secure themselves a nice lead in the beginning, it can be a little bit hard for them to perform, especially against a very fed Power of Friendship.
Yeah, that's definitely the gaps that they have in their draft. Especially if they draft a champion like Jhin. Jhin is more like, yeah, he can deal damage, he can carry fights, but he's definitely seen more on the utility side. Not something like a hyper carry like Zeri or like Jinx or a Twitch, right? So even though they only have those 2 damage sources, I think Kindred really is the only like, super reliable DPS. But yeah, that has, as you've said, this has been the kind of their draft style since the beginning of the tournament. I do remember watching the first couple games, and this was the exact same thing. When we're seeing the Invincible Skarner. Didn't go so well that time around. But yeah, I mean, we'll see what changes they make. Obviously, this game is absolutely not over. There could still be windows to come back into the game. We've seen it before. But definitely, especially after the Baron take, it's looking like a very comfortable Power of Friendship.
Absolutely. I'm wondering who they could exactly capitalize off of picking in this match. And the key players that I'm looking at here really do come down to the Lilia and the Zeri. If they're able to pick either of those champions before the start of the fight, I think they do have a really good chance as long as they're not committing too many resources. But Lilia and Zeri have been completely taken over these fights. Wei has as well, but he really needs his team with him in order to actually be a sustainable damage source in a lot of these fights. So can't leave it all up to him.
Yeah, exactly. I think their way out into this game, the way that they come back into this game, is if they find a really good teamfight opening, right? Maybe a flash E from Poppy, a flash E from Ornn, or just a really good, or maybe they catch someone out. I mean, it's very difficult now. As soon as Zeri flash comes up, she kind of gets like 2 lives. Or if they really want to pick up Zeri, or something like Blue as well, they kind of really need to have perfect execution, or just need to pick her up twice. Rat retaliates and does a ton of damage. Azuba's going to look for some damage here.
Zoob does understand the win condition here, actually fully committing for the Zeri, will be able to use his ult to survive. The sleep does come through, will Lilia re-enter? The snowball comes through, the bleed is going to take down both Tylon and Zoob, it looks like here. Tylon going to be able to flash away, but Cat Food is now in the back line, tearing everyone up, will get a 2-man ultimate into the wall, onto Hyperfania and Invincible, but Slick Nugget will be flashing into Peel. Doganacoat just going completely uncontested in this fight. So many flashes burned from Team Tryhards here. And it looks like we're just going to see Power of Friendship emerge victorious in this fight once more. I mean, regardless of Zoob being able to just completely send it onto the Zeri there, Zeri still didn't flash. Zoob did flash. And this next fight is going to be looking really tough for them. It looks like they're going for the end here. I don't know if they have enough time, though. Maybe they do. No, they don't. They don't. There's no way they can end here, right? We'll see Stardust Addict flash away. Zoob getting a lot of damage in while he can. We're now looking at a 4v4 situation. They don't know if Ornn ult is available, so they will back off and secure themselves the next dragon.
Yeah, and we've been talking here about Dog, we've been talking about Rab, we've been talking here about Stardust, we've been talking about Small Mexican Child, right? But we've even talked about the absolute crazy ultimates that Cash from 1-3 has had on this Gnar, right? That coming in to kind of save the team fight. Yes, maybe he should have been there in the team fight from the very beginning in the first place, but he wanted to make it a lot more dramatic, a lot more exciting by making us, the viewers, think that Tryhards was going to have a gateway back into coming back into this game and just TPing in to absolutely destroy our hopes, and know that Power of Friendship is continuing to just advance and progress this game. So really nice ult that came in from there on 2 people. And just like previous on the Herald play, that really kind of turned the lead into Power of Friendship's favor. Again, Catherine 1-3 was one that got a really nice ult and really turned the fight onto their side.
You're definitely right. I really agree with you there. And it's funny because Cat Food did play the Gnar last game and had a bit of a rough time. He was against the Slick Nugget set. We know that Slick Nugget is a set main. It looks like Slick Nugget, speaking of the devil, is going to go down here just due to the 2-man. But he does take a tower, so I don't think he's too upset about it. Not worth a ton of gold at this point. But yeah, Cat Food had a pretty rough game last time, but I'm starting to wonder if it was all just a ploy. Because now, like you said, we're seeing Cat Food kind of carry these team fights. And maybe he was just kind of baiting them, being like, hey, leave it up next time. I'll show you that game 2 and 3 are the ones that matters. We will see Doganacoat engage here. Seraphine going to come through over the wall. Zoni is going to go down from Doganacoat. Will land the snowball onto Zoob. Will be able to follow on this blast cone and pick up another kill onto Zoob. And this might just call the end for Power of Friendship. There's 4 dead. There's nothing that Team Tri can do. And it looks like they're just going to wrap it up, and we're going to a game 3.
Game 3, indeed. Is this the first game 3 that we have in the entire tournament? No, we had game 3 with. Wait, we had
Together We Rise versus, was it Show?
Terrors? Yeah, that's right. Terrors is the right show.
Yeah, okay. So that was our only other game 3, but yeah, I mean, there's been a lot of, hate to say, stomps so far in this tournament, so very glad to see this go into a game 3. We saw Power of Friendship able to pull it back, and I'm impressed. And we can finally get you in the lobby this time, by the way.
Nice. In, ready to.
Okay, still waiting on side picks here. Perfect.
Okay, I will be right back. 1 second.
Okay, no worries.
I think her. Is it not her? It's girl?
And it looks like Smiley Doggy's other tournament matches went all the way through to the best of 3, so he will not be playing for Power Friendship. We will see Cat Food again, and I'm definitely curious to see if they ban the Gnar out this time because, like I said, Cat Food definitely put on a performance after that last game, really carrying those team fights for them. So, who added the bot? Rat is trying to lane against an intermediate Nautilus. Okay, spectate link in the league chat.
Oh, yeah. I think last time I.
Draft has begun. My mouse pad is still wet for any of you still wondering. Let me redeem my rocks for background change. I'll change the background for you, Fish. What are you requesting? You just want me to change it to something other than LeBlanc? I can't believe you would do Elderwood LeBlanc dirty like that, but I'll do it. Anyways, we're going to be seeing the classic bands, except we're introducing the Hui into the ban list this time after Daddy Vladdy's performance from last game. We know he's cracked at the Hui, he's cracked at the Lux, cracked at the Vladimir, the A-Soul. He's got a lot of picks in his pocket for someone that is considered a one-trick, right? We formerly knew him as Daddy Vladdy. Everyone thought, oh, he's just a Vladimir one-trick. Now we know him as Stardust Addict, and we're like, oh, he's an A-Soul one-trick. But he still proves himself on every single champion that he plays, so he knows what he's good at. And ladies and gentlemen, the A-Soul, speaking of, has been left open. It will be first picked. Likely in fear that they're going to pick it from him, but this could be interesting, okay? This could be very interesting. They've left the Poppy open again. I don't know how good the Poppy is going to do into an A-Soul. We'll just have to see. Typically, any melee champion against A-Soul, unless they have really powerful engaged CC or just high damage output, it's very hard for them to actually do anything against A-Soul. He kind of just farms stacks off of them, but we're seeing it left open, we're seeing it first picked, and I'm curious to see how Invincible wants to respond to this, because we know if we let Stardust Addict get this pick and scale into the late game, he will carry. That's what he does, after all. We're seeing the Lysandra pick, looks like, from Invincible. I don't know how I feel about this pick into A-Soul. It is fantastic gank setup, and we're already seeing the Ashe locked in from Tryhards as well, so we're looking at a lot of really good pick potential throughout this game. And we've seen him play this comp before. It's worked out very well for them, so we'll see what happens. Pantheon being locked in as well. Lots of really reliable, once again, pick potential, point-click CC. Just hard to mess up, right? Whenever you have a comp like this that's just so hard to mess up and just gets instant value by pressing the right buttons in the right time, then, you know, you're looking at a very snowballed team here. As long as they don't mess that up, we're going to look at a strong early game. Sorry, I thought you were away, Caesar. Please continue.
No worries, I am back. Looks like are we finally going to see Invincible here not play a tank? We're going to see him pivot into Lissandra, is what it looks like here.
Yeah, it looks like it. It looks like it. And I'm wondering if we're looking at a Pantheon jungle here. Because, you know, with a Pantheon Lissandra, there's not much an Asol can do whenever the Lissandra does decide to engage. Extremely good gank setup. Otherwise, the 1v1 doesn't necessarily go in Lissandra's favor. But that's not why you're picking her, right? It does look like we're really playing for the setup. Leaving the Asol open and understanding, hey, we're probably going to have to draft against it, but if we shut him down enough, maybe there's a chance we can just win.
Yeah, interesting. Well then, Pantheon. It feels like Pantheon's not exactly a Zoo champion from my understanding of him. It could be. Maybe I'll be surprised because we did see him whip out Rumble last game, right? So which is something that I would not expect him to play at all. And maybe they're actually even just using him as a flex. Like, hey, you don't know where it's going to go, so we're just going to keep it here as a flex. We will see the Rumble van and the Nautilus van come around, and we'll see the Tristana and the Viego van come back as well. We do have... No, Twitch is not open. Looks like we're going to pivot towards the Ezreal. The Braum is still up, it looks like.
I am curious to see
Milio.
if they picked the Braum. Oh, yeah, they did pick Milio. Good catch. Good catch. Milio Ezreal's not something I see very often, but I imagine it can work. Ezreal a very good pick into this comp overall. Once again, I mean, we're locking in the vibe. We're fitting into the trend very, very well of really, really good and easy, simple to use cooldowns that will result in aggressive picks throughout this early and mid game. Yeah, even the Blitzcrank. I mean, their comp, I think they have picked out pretty well. I'm not gonna lie to you. I really like Tryhard's comp here. And we don't have a lot to funnel the Asol on the power of friendship side, but with how much experience and mastery that Stardust Addict does have on the Asol, I'm not sure if it matters. I think he's just going to aim to 1v9 like he would on Asol, and we'll see how it goes.
Yeah. Interesting response here on Morgana. Probably the thought process like, okay, they have a lot of CC, I'm just going to pick Morgana. But like, I always kind of, it feels bad to pick. I think I've ran into the situation myself. I don't know if it was me picking or if I saw someone else pick it, but it feels really bad to pick Morgana when there's such an excess of CC. Because you have Pantheon W, you have Lissandra R, you have Lissandra W, you have Vi R, you have Vi Q, you have Blitzer and Cook, and you have one spell shield. That is it. There's nothing else, right? So how you have such an excess of CC is like, will Morgana even be that? Right? Which can also be like another way to counter it. It's like, okay, yes, she counters CC abilities, but what if we have 10 CC abilities? How is she supposed to shield that? Kind of like going on the other side and just putting a nexus of CCs so that she's not even able to, spell shield them all.
Yeah, I can definitely agree with that. I mean, only so many options, right? It may help in the laning phase, but outside of that, I don't know. There's some speculation from a lot of people, including myself, and maybe it's just me and I've made it up, on if Morgana is even like a decent champion that belongs in the game. And in my opinion, Morgana is at the bottom of the barrel. I don't think that champion's very good. I've seen people perform and completely smurf on her, but I mean, you see it on any champion, right? I don't see many reasons to ever pick the champion. Obviously, the spell shield has immense value in the right situations, but just as you're explaining, it can be so easily played around just by either stacking a lot of CC or waiting out that cooldown. I just feel like there would be other champions that are better. Like the Q is so unreliable to hit if you don't have anything to set it up for you. Her W is kind of I don't know, it's more so just a steroid for her passive in my eyes, a little bit of extra damage or wave clear whenever you do hit the Q. I don't know. I just feel like there are better champions. I might just be a Morgana hater. You can let me know what you think, but I don't like the champion. I am seeing something I didn't expect, though, that I guess I didn't deduce for whatever reason during Champ Select, that this is a Morgana jungle.
Yes, it is a Morgana jungle. I'm definitely on the same side as you. I think Morgana should be on the list of champions that need a rework. I don't see her really adding any. She's not even like really particularly fun to play as well. So it's it's not like she at least has that, similar to like previous Udyr, which was like, before he got reworked. Yes, he was kind of like he deserved a rework, whatever. Some people are very sad, but like he at least was like very fun to play, at least from my experience, right?
Right.
But Morgana's just like, yeah, definitely not. Just feels like she needs to be modernized. I think she's very, very outdated kit. She has a very outdated kit. But yeah, and she will be pivoted into jungle, which like, it can work. It can work. Like, it can definitely work. Just like any champion can work. It's a beautiful thing about League of Legends, right? But we'll see. We'll see how she. Because if she doesn't land her Q, she's pretty useless in skirmishes. That's it. Like, doesn't land her Q. What is she gonna do? She put a pool that they're gonna walk out of in 2 seconds. It doesn't really add anything in skirmish power for the Kraz, for the Dragons, at least pre-6, right? So we'll see how impactful it is. Maybe Dog just shuts us up and tells us that, shows us that Morgana is actually very broken and he just smurfs and 1v9s. I don't know, right? But I definitely am worried for this Morgana pick, to be frank.
Yeah, me as well. Especially considering you're running another high AP threat, if you would call it that, with an ASOL, which is like, I don't know, typically you want to let ASOL be solo AP. There are a few champions like that, such as something like a Zoe or maybe a Syndra. Letting them be solo AP is very, very nice most of the time. Fortunately, Aurelion Sol with the % health damage doesn't care too much about magic resist, but it's still something to consider. And especially considering there's not much other setup for Morgana on this team, I think it's going to be very difficult for Dog and Co to perform. I've seen him do it before when all odds are against him. I think he played Briar against a comp that just looked impossible to play in and still made it work. So definitely curious to see how this goes with Zoob on the Vi.
Yeah. And I think, a big factor will be the fact that the guy that is literally called Star Daddy, Stardust Addict.
It used to be Daddy. I see the
Stardust Addict is literally on this main champion, right? This is his champion. This is the champion that he's gone to the highest of ranks with. This is the reason why he's able to reach a high rank. The champion that he dedicates his whole, his time and his energy towards. So if it's a time to show up, is here. It's now. It's now or never. Because if Power of Friendship loses a game, they're gone. There's no losers bracket after this. It's just, this is it. Now or never. Third game. This is where it's all decided. And there's a lot of responsibility on the Aurelion Sol here on Stardust, because it's his champion. They picked his champion. His entire team is trusting him to be able to perform and carry the game. So now it's just, we'll find out if he's able to do it.
Yeah, we'll definitely have to see. I mean, I'm just looking at it now. It looks like their best play is just going to have Morgana full clearing and sitting, hovering mid, trying to protect the ASOL from the inevitable, unplayable Lissandra into Vi setup. Is just absolutely crazy, especially with Pantheon being able to ult down from top. It's going to be definitely a test for... I think we could probably petition to call him Star Daddy from now on, but it's going to be tough for Mr. Star Daddy to perform here, despite having so much mastery on his champion. He's got kind of all odds stacked against him here, so we'll see how it goes.
Yeah, I would not like to be Star Daddy right now. I mean, especially if top and bot lane are able to just generate priority permanently 24/7. I mean, you're going to have Blitzcrank and Pantheon in your lane all the time. Like, imagine just having to play into an Ashe arrow, or her just even auto-attacking you, slowing down, or Blitz coming in with the hook, or Pantheon ulting in mid lane every time it's off cooldown, with Lissandra having the best setup in the world. It's going to be tough. And I think a lot of this game is going to revolve on the question if Power of Friendship can really shut down the Aurelion Sol in this game, or if they'll just let her scale.
We'll definitely have to see. Going in for this opening moment, we have seen tryhards very consistently get early vision onto one of Dog and Coat's buffs, which has made it a little bit hard for him to breathe whenever you're that choked out and that tracked down. Definitely makes jungling as a whole quite a bit harder. We do see them once again stacked up, walking into the tri-brush here, willing to face check it together. They have a really, really strong level 1 as well, so they will be going for this aggressive ward as per usual.
Yes, and they will be able to get the ward down. I would like to see a small Mexican child respond with a ward of themselves. But looks like they are not deciding to go with it. Looks like they will not get a ward down. And there will only be tryhards once again getting information on the ward coverage. By the way, I do believe you have the layout. I think it's the other way around.
Oh, is it messed up? Excuse me. My apologies. Technical difficulties, the classic. Anyways, I do want to point out the Aurelion Sol skin. It's one of my favorites. Probably one of the best skins in the game, I can't lie.
What is it called?
It's Porcelain ASOL. It's a legendary skin. Lots of really nice chromas for it as well.
Nice. Yep. So we will see the word on red buff here. I think they should spot Morgana transitioning into the side. Okay, so Dog is doing a very interesting pathing here. He's like, okay, they warded my red buff. They know if like I don't want to give that information of me going to red buff, so I'm just gonna walk to my wolves instead. Which the benefits are, yes, you do succeed. They will not know where you are. They will not know where you started. The downside is your clear is going to become incredibly inefficient because of it. So we'll see if it ends up being worth it. But looks like Zoo pings are already coming out. Somehow he already knows where Morgana is.
Some may call him a ghoster, but I think he's just built that way. I think he is just built that way.
Yes, the pings are coming over, and I think Ashe E, super beautiful Ashe E as well. It's also the huge benefit of Ashe being able to generate priority. She will get a way better angle on her E if she is able to push the wave just as she did. And because of that, Hyper will be able to give vision over to Zoob and let him know that Morgana did in fact skip his red buff and his Krugs and is just on his blue side. And again, this is the unfortunate part. Like, yes, Dog. Now the reason why he skipped the red is so they don't know where he is, but now they know where he is. Now he has to kind of have to take the walk of shame back top lane. And Zoob will be ahead. Not super ahead. Like, despite the situation, he's not actually super ahead. He's only like maybe half a camp ahead in terms of tempo. But yeah, I would worry for Slick McNugget here. He is about to crash a wave. Dog is in the top side, so I'm wondering if he will ward or if he will stay, but he's definitely in a very gankable position here. And we do see him kind of slightly winning this lane for sure, which is expected. You're playing Pantheon, you have Ignite. I would expect you to be the one being the oppressor in the situation. But yeah, apart from that, not much going on.
Yeah, absolutely. Like you mentioned, we do see Dog in a Coat just a little bit behind on his clear. I think Morgana's fast clear speed was able to compensate for that, and I'm sure that's something that he considered moving forward when he did decide to bypass that red buff start, knowing it was on vision. We will see Zoob able to secure this bot crab on his own, and we do see Pantheon actually getting it himself as well due to the top prio he's been able to manage. And we might be looking at our first play here. Zoob in a 1v1 with Dog in a Coat does get rooted instantly, but does still have the Q available to follow up on a Dog in a Coat. The spell shield comes through. Stardust Attic will come through, collects some stacks. He gets 3 off of 1 champion proc, so definitely good for him, but now he's very low HP playing against Invincible in kind of an awkward wave state here. That is pushing into him. It could be okay. He has to be very careful walking up, and here we go. We see exactly what they planned for. The second he has to walk away from his tower up to a wave, especially with Zoob already being local, it's just a really free engage for Invincible. Able to get that nice gank off, force him to TP to come back and collect this wave. And it's already looking grim for Asol, but it doesn't really matter. He still has plenty of opportunities. It's going to have to happen a good 3-4 more times before he's out of the game.
Exactly, he still does have flash, so he still kind of has like that extra life. Unless obviously they timed her CC just like they did. Obviously with Lissandra, if she times her ult and her W perfectly on top of Vi Q, what is it called? Ball Breaker. It doesn't even matter. She'll just die instantly anyways. So we'll see. This is exactly what we talked about, as you said in the beginning. So this is exact win condition that we kind of want to see from tryhards, just shutting down the Asol. They did opt in to just give. It's literally his one trick, and they gave him the champion. So they deliberately chose to give him the champion, right? And now they drafted a comp in order to kind of shut that down, right? So it's all, the plan is there, the game plans are there. They're very straightforward. So it's just like who executes their game plan better.
Yeah, and that's definitely what you want to see in a game 3 as well. A really, really close match. 2 comps with very clear win conditions. One of them just so happens to be kind of relying on a solo carry. But we do have Ezreal. We do have Rat on Ezreal, who tends to perform on most of his picks. And, picking that into Blitz and this very heavy pick comp will allow him to survive. So Ezreal's one of the safest ADCs, as he does have that, essentially a flash that does damage on a very, very short cooldown. Very, very good pick into the enemy comp. A good read by him there. Zoob once again encountering Dog in a Coat in the jungle. He will press the button, and Zoob will simply Q away.
Yeah. It's interesting we touch on the Ezreal pick, because yes, he does have his E very safe, but is there even a safe pick against Tryhard's team come here? It just feels like there's no pick that would ever be safe, right? Against so much CC that they have. So we'll see. He does have E, and he took cleanse as well. And he has melee R, so he actually has quite a bit of tools to be able to get away from all the CC. Maybe something that we haven't actually touched on. It's not just Morgana shield that we're talking about here. We're also talking about Miller. Oh, nice hook coming in from Tylon here. They will be looking to follow up. Both junglers showing up here. Dog thinks like he's coming into a perfect gank, but Zub is just waiting for him in the bush. Spell shield will come out, and the gank will get countered, and they will be able to walk away. It looks like nothing will happen, but they are going to try to look for Mountain Drake off of that.
Definitely a close one. I feel like if Zub waited just a few more seconds there, they could have turned that into something, but definitely understand the sense of urgency there. They will be able to turn it into a dragon anyway, so they're not too upset about it. I think Team Tryhards is very, very happy with what they're working with now. And they have a pretty nice little gold lead, only being 1 kill ahead. They're an entire 1,000 gold up, so pretty nice for them so far. Lanes all seem to be doing pretty good.
Yep, and we do have Pantheon generating priority. I think Slick McNugget is just winning this lane very convincingly. Looks like they are kind of looking for a gank, but a fight happening in the top lane. Cat 1 Food 1 to 3 with another really nice ult, really nice CC chain there. They are going to look for a gank on Aurelion Soul at the same time here. Ult coming in by Zub. They will kind of get an awkward spot. He's on the other side of the wall. The ult for Lysandra will come in and they will finish him off in the end. Morgana Q does land, but it won't really do anything. It's just a Morgana Q, and that's it. And once again, they killed Aurelion Soul. But not only did they kill him soldiers, they also got his flash.
Yeah, once again, I mean, we're seeing what the comp is being played for, and they're able to execute it. Getting that flash definitely creates another opportunity for them to just come back and do the exact same thing. Especially if we see good wave play by Invincible here. We do see Pantheon ult come in. Dog and a Coat just going to instantly go down, has no stopwatch, so Morgana ult is just a tad bit useless, I'm not going to lie. Nothing against Dog and a Coat. He's a good player. We've addressed this before, but champion moment. That's all I'll say.
Yeah, no, I think it's definitely... Morgana, I think definitely one thing that does stand out about her is that she doesn't. When you play the champion, you feel very limited. You don't really feel like the skill expression that you have is landing your Q and timing your E correctly in CC, and that's pretty much it, right? There's no other kind of sort of skill expression that this kind of champion has. And a player like Dog, who has been a pretty important player for Power of Friendship, you're putting him on champion that limits him. Might have been a mistake. I remember seeing in Twitch chat Electric Walnut said putting Dog on Morg feels like a waste, and I'm kind of seeing what exactly he means by that. But again, it's yes, Tryhard is off to a good early game here, but it's just the beginning. Things can definitely change.
They can, especially once again if we're playing around this ASOL WinCon. We know he performs on the champion. We'll just have to wait probably another good 15 minutes here before he really, really comes online. Rallies alone is a fantastic item for him, but can be a little bit tough for him. But yeah, I mean, there's been a lot of Morgana slander, but once again, I agree with you. I agree with you. It definitely seems like a bit of a waste to pick on Dog and a Co. We know he can mechanically perform on a lot of champions, but like you said, it's just the key is your skill expression. You can press R, pretend to be Swain for 0.5 seconds before you get one shot, and you know, rush Zonias, I guess. Not many options for Dog and a Co here, but curious to see if he will still be able to perform. Yeah, Zub already hovering mid, just waiting for Invincible's engage here. Stardust Addict playing very, very far away, understanding the risk that he's at, understanding the draft that they picked against him here. It's very, very tough for him to deal with. Gonna instantly fly away.
He knows he's very scared. You kind of get the sense of like, and this is something that maybe people don't really talk about enough, is just the invisible pressure. Zoop doesn't even have to be sitting in the bush. As long as Power of Friendship does not know where Vi is, and they don't have vision in the bushes to protect against mid ganks, Stardust cannot play for Power. Which means that Invincible has just free reign on mid lane and will be able to forever get priority as long as they don't have vision on Zoop. Right? So as long as Zoop doesn't show up and you know they have enough vision cleared around mid lane, like it's just impossible for Stardust to ever get priority in this lane.
Yep, I definitely agree with you. And it looks like we're going to be seeing a bot lane shove into a potential lane gank from Zub. We've seen him go for these before. We'll see Tylon sweeping the bushes. Hopefully not giving away the plan here. But they will be able to get this wave in. And Zub's going to have to wait a long time to get value from this gank. I don't know if this is worth his time. They're able to win that third brush too.
Yeah. I like Zub, you know, I've worked with him, but I think this is definitely would be my critique is like, I do think he is just spending way too much on these ganks, right? Sitting a lot of time in mid lane, right? Sitting a lot of time in bot lane. and their ganks that are just not really going to happen. Dogger and Code going to be coming in for a gank top lane here. We'll see if Slick Nugget is able to survive. Oh, Gnarl going to be coming in, slamming him against the wall. Perfect CC chain from Morgana Q coming in, and it will be just a free clean kill on Slick McNugget here. But there's a dive happening in the ball lane at the same time. Really nice hook coming in from Blitzcrank. R going to be following up on Melio. Oh, stun happening in R, happening on Ezra, and they will be just a nice 2-for-0 on the dive. Hyper throws out the Farrier in. Cannot take any damage from the turret. But yeah, despite the gank, successful gank from Dog in the top lane, try get way more value from the double kill in the bot lane dive.
They do, and I do like to see Lysandra rotating for that, kind of recognizing like, hey, Zoob has already spent a lot of time here. He's committing to the play. We may as well just 4 minute and really ensure that we're able to get value in this situation. And the one thing that is so sad for me to see is I don't know what happened. I must have missed something, but we actually saw Star Daddy rotating top lane. Speaking of Star Daddy, he might be going down to Slick Nugget here. Slick has no cooldowns. He's going to stand his ground with the Q to try and get some stacks, but realizes he's dead. Dog and a Coat might be going down here as well to the endless chain of CC now that the spell shield is on cooldown, just as we discussed earlier. But sorry, in that earlier play, Stardust Addict actually went top lane when he had a really free wave to connect or to collect mid and deny from Invincible after spending so much time in the bot lane, but was not able to capitalize off of that. Something must have required his attention in the top lane. So yeah, unlucky. Not much that Power of Friendship was able to get out of that situation.
And I think Invincible really showing up. He was kind of the starting point as to how Tryhards here was going to be able to create a lead for themselves, right? It was their mid lane. Oh, wait, hold on. Fight happening in the bot lane. Hook will land on the Ezra, but it looks like he's just going to be EOA, and he's going to be completely fine.
Yeah, that Milio Q saved that skirmish for them. Hyperfania was in a really nice spot, even after the Arcane shift to actually continue aggressing the Ezreal there, but the little Milio snowball definitely saved him. We'll see some more trading. We will see Invincible and Zoob taking the grubs. And here we are.
Yes. But yeah, finishing off on my previous points, I think Invincible has really showed up in this game. He's been the reason why they started leading, a really nice dive happening on the bot side. He's just been everywhere, right? Along with Zoob, they've done a really good duo together. Looks like there is a fight happening in mid lane. Stardust trying to look for a solo kill onto Invincible. He will ult himself. He does have a coat nearby. Flash will go. Both flashes just get traded in because he does see Zoob coming in here. So, nice 1v1 there. Nice 1v1 there. But Stardust knows his champion really well because he took that 1v1 despite being a bit behind. Bit of trading happening in the top lane as well. They are relatively even, but nothing more is going to happen than just that.
Yeah, and Stardust Addict was able to cash in a lot of stacks there in that engagement and was also able to get the Lysandra ult on cooldown. But he does have to sacrifice his flash, and he sacrifices the Sky's Descent, which is one of his big, team fight winners, to be truthful with you. If he doesn't have that ult, Aesol ult gets a lot less value. It's still good if you're able to put the E on them and then drop the ult on them afterwards, but it can be somewhat unreliable. It's very, very slow. You really want that massive AoE damage with the big ring that loops around with the Sky's Descent, proccing with their allies. Very good team fight opener for a team that doesn't really have a ton of engage anyways. So big cooldown for him to use there just to not get anything out of it. It's really, really unfortunate. I think Stardust Addict played it well, but it just wasn't able to result in anything, unfortunately. So once again, I think we're looking at another win for Team Tryhards here.
Yeah, and we will see they are off to a really nice lead here. Everyone's doing pretty well for themselves. Okay, fight happening in the top lane. Looks like Celebrator will be able to just flash out of Lennar and be fine. Nothing more is going to happen. But Astro coming in, will go wide, won't land on anyone. If it landed on Stardust, that would have definitely been a kill, but it does not land. Actually, no, it would have been a Melio usage. But yeah, doesn't land in the end, and looks like Tryhards here now has 2 dragons, 5 grubs, 5 kills up on 18, 3k gold lead. About to have an even bigger gold lead with this turret they're going to take in the bot lane. Hold on, the rotation happened with Stardust here. They're looking for a rotation. He does have Rylax to slow them down. Ash will need to flash. A TP coming in from Nar as well.
Oh.
Slow coming in. Oh, really nice hook coming in from Tylon here. The aura coming down from Aurelion, so but it will just barely not be enough to kill, and they won't be able to get any kills in the end. And that's very bad because look at mid lane. Invincible getting a lot of damage down on this mid tower. Look at top lane. It's like McDugget getting a lot of damage down on the top tower as well.
Yeah, this is looking very, very rough for Powers of Friendship. I don't want to say there's no chance, because there definitely is. I mean, they do have Stardust Addict on his main champion, but Really, really proud to see that Team Tri is playing towards this win condition of shutting them down. They've done a pretty good job so far. We're looking at an 0-3 ASOL. And one other thing that I want to address is I think one of the biggest missed picks as far as champions go in the draft for Power of Friendship is this Milio pick. I just don't see it getting too much value. I think the ultimate is going to be really, really good. But once again, they have so much CC on their team. Even though they have the Black Shield, they have the Milio ultimate. How much is it actually going to net them at the end of the day if they're not able to actually get off an effective engage and turn the fight into their favor? They're putting so much trust into Stardust Addict to completely 1v9 this game, but it's going to be hard to do when everyone's staring at him and him only.
Yeah, I think definitely the side of the Power of Friendship's draft does seem a little bit questionable. We seem to have a fight happening here.
Oh,
The hook will land on Melee. The spell shield doesn't land there in time. Stardust looking to flank from the side. Nothing really much is going to happen. People seem to be kind of snellbaiting here. Slick McNugget is not here with Tryhards here, so they are just kind of chilling, waiting for him to arrive before they look for a fight. But this dragon is going to be very important. Power of Friendship already up to a really nice start with all of that health. They will look for the 50-50. Will soon be able to get it in the end. Oh, he doesn't get it. He will just be able to Q out and be fine. But yeah, okay, not bad. Looks like a bit of a win there for Power of Friendship. They do get a dragon on the back end. They do have some pretty good scaling. So, hey, we might be calling it too soon. It might not be over quite just yet.
yeah, maybe so. I'm really surprised that turned out the way it did. I feel like they just have such good engage on the side of Team Tryhards here, but I think Invincible may have used E just a bit preemptively whenever the engage looked good, and then we saw Stardust Addict kind of appear on that flank angle and made him hesitate with, just a little bit, which I think is great, but that's a lot of their just big AoE, like, let me enter this fight, engage, just completely gone for that fight, so it was very, very hard for them to re-enter. And you definitely don't want to be giving that dragon to Power of Friendship if you're Team Tryhard right now.
Yeah, and I think the other thing that happened was that Slick Nugget was just not there, right? So the kind of window that they didn't have to engage or initiate a fight, they were in a 4v5, right? So they might have just straight up lost. So they tried to just kind of disengage and wait for Slick Nugget, but by the time he got here, they had already lost the entire zone, and it was just impossible for them to regain it, as you said.
Yeah, it did take him a while to get in position there, and once he was in position, he actually got scouted out by the blast plant, so his ult was just going to be a little bit less surprising for them.
Yes, exactly. So we do see things calming down a bit more. It is the third game. As Saving said, it's very intense. People are nervous, right? They know it's do or die. There's no losers bracket. This is what it comes down to. So people are being extra careful with every single play that they make. They will not take any unnecessary risks. And yeah, people are just farming. We probably maybe there's a Baron play that can happen, but I doubt it. We're probably only going to see something when Dragon comes back up.
Yeah, I'm thinking so. We do have a really strong and fast Baron from Power of Friendship here, but I just don't think they're in a position to initiate something like that unless they're able to effectively just count people across the map that are unable to show. But we do have Teleport on Invincible. We do have the Pantheon ult available. So it's going to be very hard for them to find that opening at any point, no matter how fast their Baron is.
Yep, and definitely for Power of Friendship, they're okay with this. They want to keep scaling. I think their scaling is definitely pretty fine for the most part. Obviously, the Aurelion Soul factor is just something that you can never sleep on. No matter if he is 0-3 right now, he's doing a great job. He's actually up in farm, right, despite him being 0-3. So yeah, I mean, he's doing just fine. And as long as there's always that Aurelion Soul factor in the game, you can't call it just yet. He can always just come in with a ton of stacks on his ultimate, disguise his hand, and he just absolutely turns a team fight, and that turns into a Baron or a Dragon, or just can completely turn a game. So we do see Tryhards kind of invading the red side of the jungle here. Really nice hook coming into Dog. They will just one-shot him entirely. That is a jungler. Flash coming into Melee. They will ult him, and they will ult him again. They kill him, and I think this is going to be Baron going up for Tryhards.
It's looking like it. Yeah, we have Stardust Addict in the bot lane. It does have Teleport available, but just doesn't have Dog and Decoder Small Mexican Child there to back him up. Is it worth to fight the 3v4? Probably not. I think he's just going to opt to stay bot lane, pick up these stacks, give away the Baron, and try to capitalize off of those waves pushing into him. We do look at Stardust Addict right now. He is very behind in stacks currently compared to what he should be at, but that doesn't mean it's over by any means. He can definitely make up for this especially with a lot of waves pushing into him after this Baron here. I think there's a pretty good chance that he gets to the point that he wants to be at.
Yes, and that will be Baron going over to Reinhardt's. And yeah, I mean, just looking very like a very solid game for them. That's really going to cement their lead. We're looking at a 7k goal lead here. Dragon's about to be coming up here. It's going to be their sole points. And yeah, the doors are kind of closing in on the possibility of a tryhard win. Pantheon will ult on Aurelion Soul here. The stun comes out. It will stop him from flying away. Vibe will come in from the side, and there should be a free kill coming out for them. Never mind. The flash comes out, plus a spell shield. The Ash Arrow does connect, but she has spell shield. Gnarl coming in, but he's kind of TPing into the entire enemy team, but jumps over the gromp and is able to get away. The Blitz Hook, really key, but there's just so much back and forth happening in this fight. Will Power Friendship pick up and come back and score? Really nice hold coming back, but it will be tryhards capitalizing and being able to kind of close out a barely really nice hook happening on Milbeck. He will just flash away. Just a very back and forth team fight. Hyper coming in for some auto attacks here, but the heals coming in clutch. The barrier is going to save him in the end. It's just such a close fight. It ends up being a 2 for 3. We're a very close fight here, but it will be Chards coming out in the end, and I think this will be Dragon for them as well.
Yeah, and I'm glad Saving just said it in chat. Hyperphania just completely performed that fight. It was absolutely insane. He was just in the perfect position to just continue autoing and autoing, doing a ton of damage. Asol was in a perfect position too to do a lot of damage, but just a little bit behind in stacks, a little bit too low HP to actually commit with his W there. Makes it very hard for him to play that fight. And yes, of course, have to give props to Tylon for some fantastic hooks that fight. Pretty much got every flash, by the way, off of Team Power of Friendship, except for the Ezreals.
Yeah, there were so many moments where I thought that, you know, he would hook Melior, he would hook Gnar, or just like when Pantheon ulted onto the Aurelion Soul and stunned, like I thought they were all dead, but they somehow just kept getting away every single time. Everyone just got away. Such a back and forth fight, and it was very close because Tryhards barely won it, but they do get Ash Arrow coming down from the very bottom here, and it will not connect. Pantheon will try to stun Aurelion Soul here, but I think it will not be enough. He is in a lot of trouble. He will pop his E and be completely fine. But yeah, Lissandra W coming in here. Flash are going to be able to root 2, gonna ult himself by Wahlberg coming in to clutch up, but a really nice ult coming in from Aurelion Soul. Blitz Hook will go wide. Blitz gets hit by Lissandra passive, but he will be able to heal away and be completely fine. Wow, really well played by Invincible there.
Wow. I mean, the game has turned out a lot closer than I thought as far as just the team fights go, but I'm curious to see how this will show going forward into the game as Asol does get a little bit more fed. He's been able to get some value in these fights, but it's just barely not enough. It's just barely not enough.
Yeah, I'm thinking that Power Friendship has one more chance here in the next Dragon. I think if Tryhards is able to get the Soul, I think from then on it will be incredibly difficult for Power of Friendship to look for a win here. So I think it's very important that they're able to show up and have a really fair chance at a 5v5 team fight coming into the Soul. But yeah, they have a great chance. We need Aurelion Soul to really pop up. Stardust Daddy. We need him to not be Stardust Static. We need him to be Stardust Daddy. He needs to earn the title, right? Right now, he's not exactly living up for it, which is fine. He hasn't been pressured a lot in the mid lane, right? Completely understand what they developed an entire draft against him, but now is the time that we really need him to show up.
Yep, I agree, and they just don't have enough vision to do anything about this red situation either. Should be setting up for a Baron relatively soon. We have that in 2 minutes, Dragon at about 2.5 minutes. And a nice hook is going to land by Tylon into the Ash Arrow. Dog in a coat literally can't move. Rat is going to be engaged on by Zoob. Going to hit another Q to follow up. Invincible is now in position to slow and kite for the rest of the team. They have to get out. Don't want to give Asol too much value here. But this should result in a lot more map space for them, as they already had to begin with. Very nice hook from Tylon.
Yeah, Tylon, someone that maybe we haven't talked about enough, really showing up. Really nice hooks happening here. Ult will be looking to come down to Pantheon, but Pantheon is just too broken. He takes all the damage and barely takes any health in the end. Man, I hate those type of abilities. Pantheon-y, Belveth-y, it's always the E's that are just damage reduction. The Master EW, like all these abilities are very good.
Very fun to play against. I understand.
Yeah. But yeah, Tylon really performing, really landing some really nice hooks here. yeah, I mean, they're just playing towards what their comp was made for, to get picks, a ton of picks, and they've just been getting picks the entire game. So they planned the draft, they drafted the draft, and now they're actually executing appropriately. And despite it being 15-4, I think Power Friendship still has a chance here. Like I said, it's going to be up to the soul fight that's really going to decide the entire game. For now, people are recalling, people are buying, you know, taking their camps, taking their waves, and getting ready, because we're about to have a showdown here coming up.
Yeah, once again, they don't have the Skies Descend for this fight. And did Milio use ult there? Did I miss something? I think Milio may have Fat Finger the ultimate on accident, which is not what you want to see going into this dragon fight.
Yeah, not at all. That's going to be huge. Looks like, yeah, we won't have Milio for this fight, especially against the composition the Tryhards has gifted for himself. Really, Ashero coming into Morgana will not be able to spell shield in time, and he will go down. Doggy will go down, right? So, I hate to say it, but where is the spell shield?
Yeah.
If that is the main reason why you drafted this entire champion, we need to have those spell shields be on point for it to be a successful pick.
Yep, I agree. I definitely agree. And I will just end the statement with champ diff. That's all I'm going to say. We know Dognico can perform, but I think it's the champ diff right now.
Looks like Saving is saying that Morgana used a spell shield earlier, so it was on CD.
Oh yeah, I think so.
That is my mistake. That is my mistake. Because we can definitely miss that at times. So if he doesn't have spell shield, where there's even no way he can win. But yeah, I think just I definitely do criticize the Morgana pick here, especially with a player Dog that's so good mechanically and just been such a player for his team. I would have loved to see him on some sort of playmaker, where he has a lot more agency to just take over the game or just make plays happen overall on the map. But yeah, not to discredit Tryhards, they are doing a really good job here as well. They have taken the soul now, so I am very worried for Power of Friendship now. If they even have a chance. I think they always have a chance, but I think their chances are looking more and more slim as this game goes on, and especially after the soul take.
Absolutely. Ashol comes through, will land onto Rat. He's going to E and cleanse away. Tylon will be flashing in to try and initiate with a hook of his own, but it will get sidestepped. Invincible committing on a small Mexican child does force the ultimate out. Stardust Attic looking to be in a pretty decent position. If he can get a W reset, this is actually a pretty decent fight for Team Power of Friendship. Stardust Attic can absolutely perform this fight if he plays it properly. He does W at a nice off angle in order to try and get some value onto Hyperphania, but it looks like Nar just takes too much damage, goes down too fast, and Stardust Attic is going to have to flash away. And it looks like the Sky's Descent has been utilized. The Baron is still available. Zoob, Hyperphania, and Tylon could 3-man this Baron. I'm very, very confident in that. And it looks like they might just choose to do so.
Yeah, it was looking very solid, and it's just that Stardust though that can really be clutch in this defense. It can really make you feel like the defense are gonna turn around despite the Twakpe goalie, but despite Aurelion still being a really good champion at these points, having a really nice hold, it's just not enough. We will see Aurelion Soul fly over the Baron. He will just get hooked in, and will just get absolutely destroyed. Was that a bit of a tilt play? Is what I'm thinking, or maybe it was he was looking for a steal. Maybe he was just looking to go mid lane. I'm not sure, but really nice of time to just interrupt in mid-flight, drag him in, and just one-shot him right away, and not even give him a chance to go try to steal or even go mid at all.
Yeah, may have been a bit of a tilt play there. I could also envision in the comps for Power Friendship here, like, hey, we're kind of recognizing this game is over. Let's just send it. Let's send it for the coin flip. Asol does have an execute on his E. There's always a chance he steals the Baron if Vi barely misses the smite there. It would actually will just give it to Asol, but I don't think he was expecting to get insta-hooked there. Tylon in a perfect position yet again to follow up. Hyperphania's ultimate will be coming through onto Cat Food. Cat Food will go down. And we're looking at 5 members of Team Tryhard pushing into the base of Power of Friendship here. We'll be able to take inhib, potentially taking 2 inhibitors here, and potentially even looking to end the game. I mean, there's 2 members down. Stardust Addict on the Asol has a really, really good chance to stop the siege, but I just don't think he was quite able to stack the way he wanted. He did catch back up, though. He did catch back up, like I said, but once again, we have no engage for him is the other big thing. We have a Morgana jungle, we have Milio support, I mean, we have Gnar, sure, but Gnar's engage is not the most reliable or consistent, I should say. Gnar engage is great, but you can't consistently play off it every fight. You know, you have a specific timing window to work around whenever you play Gnar, so definitely would have liked to see a bit more engage or just something to facilitate the ASOL pick this game. Something like an Amumu, something like even a Leona, a Nautilus, something to kind of get the fight going. But right now it just seems like that's all up to Stardust Addict on his own.
Yeah, for sure. And you bring up a really good point. I think just having the ability to have a goal button in your draft is so important in these competitive matches, right? If you don't have that goal button, it's very difficult for you to make plays, for you to initiate plays, for you to do anything, really. And we do notice that that's missing. Rat does actually eat into the Blitzcrank here. He is kind of chasing a bit. Really completely fine because Hook is down, so he knows he's able to safely eat in. But yeah, the siege continues. Gnar tries to go in. Really nice ult, but it's not going to really go against Heavy Wall. He will just get killed on the back end here. Really nice Aurelion Sol coming in from the back, but it's just not really doing much damage anymore. Zania's coming in from Morgana. Ooh, really nice damage coming in from Aurelion Sol in the back. They are deciding to dive here, but it will not be enough. Ooh, really nice play happening by Star Daddy here, but it will not be enough. Looks like they will still win out the fight. Tryhards will still win out the fight, and then we'll get a third inhib. And the issue with the third inhib is like, now it won't be 2 cannons that you have to worry about. Sorry, 1 super minion. It will be 2 super minions. Blitz, Hook goes wide. Pantheon is just very strong. The E just completely counteracts any damage that goes into him. So he will be completely fine. Power French has to deal with massive amounts of wave here. Hyper doesn't care. He's like, yes, I know there's only 2 people, but I think we can still end the game. And Pantheon will come inside here. There will be a stun. They will get Pantheon damage is absolutely absurd. And they will end the game here. What a performance by Tryhards.
Very, very well played. And once again, just to reiterate on what I believe to be the composition issue from Power of Friendship here is Gnar was able to get off a nice engage, and that was the closest fight I'd ever seen. They were 15,000 gold down in that fight, and they were so close to actually winning it just because of the synergy with Stardust Addict and Gnar there. But once again, it just wasn't quite reliable enough, and it's nothing against the Gnar player. It's nothing against, Stardust Addict. It's just, it is what it is. It is what it is.
Yeah, 100%. I think, and it really goes to show that, especially in competitive settings like these, like drafts, they're an entire other game, right? As we talked about in League of Legends before in other series, is like you have League of Legends, and then you have the draft of League of Legends, which is just like, it's like if you're playing like, I don't know, like chess or like Hearthstone or I don't know, some sort, but it's just an entirely different game, and games can definitely be decided by whoever has a superior draft. So, yeah, it's definitely a good draft here by Tryhards, and they executed it appropriately, and this is why they were able to get the win in the end.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree with you there. I was gonna hop into a winner's interview, but it looks like they all left their chat. Let me check with Hyperphania and see if just Zoob and Hyperphania want to do one. 1 second. Okay, he said sure. Let's go ahead and hop into Tryhard's chat real quick.
Let's do it.
Hello. Congratulations. We have Hyperphania and Zoob with us, the winners of the series today. How are you guys feeling?
Pretty good, man.
Nice.
Yeah,
it was a good game.
It was real tough. I'm glad we were able to get game 3.
Yeah, that game 2 was pretty close. I mean, game 1 was pretty much just a stomp. And the game 3, I really put a lot of validity into the comp that you guys picked. I think you just drafted against that team super, super well, essentially leaving the ASL open. I don't know if you expected that to be picked, especially so early in the draft, but
yes,
it made it very easy for you guys to, I mean, I don't want to say easy and discredit you, right? But it made it the drafting plan very simple. You guys were able to effectively draft a comp that was really, really pick heavy, relying on things like blitz hooks, really good Lissandra setup in the mid lane against the Aurelion Sol and things like that. So very well executed. We like to see it.
Yeah, the plan was if they banned all of Zoob's carries, then they would have left Liss open. And we know that they have like an Aurelion Sol, I'm not going to say one trick, but a person who plays them a lot. So we figured that they'd pick that, and Liss is really good into that. So we're like, oh yeah, that's a plan.
Yeah, Vi Lissandra, 3 kills mid. Like, ASOL can't play, so
Yep, exactly.
we thought it was good.
Yeah, especially with the
Yeah.
Ashe too. I know as someone who I play a decent bit of Ace myself. Every time I see Ashe locked in or something with insanely good setup like a LeBlanc or Lissandra, I know it's going to be a very hard game. So, very well played to you guys playing around that win condition and recognizing it was good. We do have Invincible joining us as well. Very well played on the Lissandra.
Thank you.
Ashe is very fun. Tracking the jungler with your hawk shot is like a mini game.
Yeah, poor Dog in a Coat is just permanently on vision in every game he plays. You guys going for that level 1 ward every game. In addition to you just picking Ashe for the hawk shot this time, Dog in a Coat is just under the spotlight the entire game, and you guys definitely made it very hard for him to do anything.
Yeah, I believe
plan.
Ashe is like one of like the strongest picks due just to like the vision control, the setup, the safety, the utility.
Yeah, it's really good. Ashe is one of my favorite champions as well.
That's what we lost to in our first match against was it?
Yeah, the first match, it was I don't remember. TWR? Yes,
Yeah.
TWR, and they had Ashe Nocturne, and we could not deal with it.
Yep, definitely a very good pick, especially in competitive environments like this. You put a lot of validity into champions that can either snowball in the front-to-back team fights, such as like Sivir or Jinx, or you just pick something like the Ashe and you make stuff happen early and get those late game picks for people that are out of position. Just really, really good picks. But Caesar, did you have any questions for them?
Yeah, first of all, congrats. Really, really well played. Really well thought out draft as well, especially in game 3 there. Yeah, I mean, just really, really, really good job overall. I mean, how are you guys feeling this entire tournament? How do you guys feel like your progression has been this entire tournament? How confident do you guys feel coming into this match? I do believe you guys are going against Terrors of the Rift, Cho'Gath, which is it's going to be quite the matchup. Just confirm that is correct, right? You guys are going against. Okay, it's gonna be like seeing two of my brothers just fighting it out because that's where I've got my people, right? So, but it's gonna be a very exciting matchup. But yeah, like how confident are you guys feeling to win the entire thing?
Lose game 1, win every other game.
Yeah, we definitely got
Yeah.
our shit together with drafts. At first, it was pretty rough. We had practically no synergy, but we've kind of found our identity in what we want to pick and what works
Yeah.
for us. So.
And also what doesn't work.
Right.
It's been kind of like trial and error, very much on the error side at the start, but we're getting there.
All right. Well, thank you guys for your time. That will conclude the series for the day. Maybe I'll see you guys tomorrow on the stream. But yeah, congratulations. Well played today.
Thank you.
Right on, brother.
Good job, guys. Have a great night, boys.
Thank you. Have a good night.
You too.
Yeah,
Bye.
yeah.
I will find my channel eventually. Okay, there we go. That will conclude the series for the day. It is time for the raid. Please stick around and make someone's day. I know there's not a ton of you guys here, but it's still is very impactful to someone who is not getting a lot of attention right now. So we're going to start the raid against Fiddy the Tank here. Or the raid for Fiddy the Tank, excuse me. And thank you guys for watching. We'll see you tomorrow and we'll see you Sunday.